tones, but it didn't really let me do that. So
Fair.
Oh,
that's kind of like a grayish skin tone. That
are you a Goliath?
Yep.
Hey,
Just
Man,
Man, we could
to-
make our characters in The Sims.
I had to try so hard not to be a Goliath. I'm like, no. So I'm a fucking goblin.
Just so you guys are aware, you don't have to take pictures of them using your phone. There's a share link in Hero Forge.
there is.
Oh, well.
Although sometimes it's easier to do it than have to like.
Yeah, because your
navigate
share
stuff.
link fucks with my computer.
All right, gang. Are we ready to get going?
I believe
All the
so.
poggers.
Alrighty. So, welcome on this fine November afternoon, or I guess evening at this point, to the first session of. We don't quite have a name for this game yet. Simply doing some spy nonsense in the rings. I'm Catherine, your DM lady. Hello. Yes, we all know each other now. So, as our game starts, it is early morning in Cisalon, the capital city of Asparia, and the chill of night still lingers in the air. While the start of spring is only a few short weeks away, winter is still very much in full swing. The sea keeps the worst of the cold away, but people are still well wrapped up in their coats as they go about their business. The city is quieter than usual, as while the war is far from the city's shores, the weight of it hangs over everyone. Families are awaiting letters from soldiers at the front, praying for their safe returns. Others prepare funerals for those that came home in boxes, and others still are clinging to what time they have with their loved ones before duty calls them away. Indeed, the mood of the city seems to conflict with the beautiful and colorful architecture that Asparia is known for. Whether you are a newcomer to the city or a native, it is impossible to ignore the grim aura that permeates the air as you move through the city to the destination you have been instructed to head to on this particular morning. Some of you were contacted through letters, delivered by stone-faced messengers. Others had individuals in the crisp green of Asparia's military uniform approach you, and some were contacted by different means entirely. But regardless the way you ended up here, being directed to Cisalon this morning, the group of you find yourselves in a nondescript building in the business side of town. You were shown inside by people in plain clothes, but bearing the poise of soldiers, and led into a simple boardroom, furnished only with a large round table and chairs. You are told to wait. Eventually, there are 5 of you gathered here, unsure of what you are waiting for, as you sit or stand, just kind of looking at one another.
Hmm.
I would like to use an action to light my pipe.
Okay.
My image of my character has been trying to send for the past 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I am not
Yeah.
sick,
Actually
correct?
upset.
Sam, you are not with us.
Yeah.
There's 5 of you there. Is anyone doing anything particular? As you guys just
There we
kinda...
go.
Jenko's gonna
I guess
go
I'm
take a
just
seat.
blowing little smoke monsters.
Oh,
Yeah. Just gonna go take a seat, like near the head.
physics.
Do you have a map?
There'd be a
Ethan,
smiley
as you kinda
face
move-
and ooh ooh.
There's no map right now. There's no map.
Ooh,
Ethan, as you're trying to, you kind of have to hop in the chairs. These chairs are not really fitted for people of your height. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna look at everyone else and be like, not a fucking word. As I like struggle to get up there.
Your little feet are hanging off the edge, like dangling.
Yeah, I'm kicking my feet a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just little footsie kicks.
Pepper, there's not really a seat for you, but
Yeah,
it'd be like that. You're kind of used to that.
Very
Do we know why we came here?
You've all received vague letters or
Right.
people speaking to you, directing you here under the premise of getting some work for the Asparian government. The details were not particularly generous, but y'all are just kind of vibing under the premise that you'll be given more information shortly, hopefully. Is anyone else doing anything pressing?
I'd like just to imagine I'm sipping wine. I don't care if they let me have it or not. I probably just snuck it in.
They've probably offered you water. Spirits aren't really encouraged since this is unofficially a military deal.
Water skin, sure.
All right. Well, as you guys are kind of just sitting there, standing awkwardly, not really sure what you're supposed to be doing. Eventually, a door on the other side of the room opens, and a hobgoblin man steps. He's not clad in a military uniform like the others. Instead, he's wearing these fine clothes of the upper class, though they're in a bit more of a muted palette than the usual Asparian finery that likes to emphasize bright colors and patterns. He's got a very serious expression on his face. He's an older gentleman, not quite totally grayed, but there's definitely some salt and pepper up in his hair. He addresses first one of the individuals that had led you in here. He asks in a low, even voice, "Is this all of them?" And one of the individuals that had let each of you in here just kind of nods, and he finally looks to all of you, taking each of you in turn. He holds a stack of papers in his hands, which he now brings up to read from. And he says, "First, Dr. Bell."
Yes.
Spider, would you like to describe your character?
He is a 7'11" centaur. I know, fucking 7'11". I had to. Fuck you. He's a centaur and he has long-ish hair. It's kind of tied back with red ribbon, and his tail is also tied back with red ribbon. And he does have the salt and pepper in his hair.
Got him.
He doesn't really look like he minds his appearance too much. He just has on a sweater and he carries a lot of things. The only thing that's a constant is him petting a blue cat. And he's got glasses, and his expression doesn't ever really seem to change, but he really likes to stare.
It's like kids at grocery stores.
Yeah, he's like
7
really
foot tall kids at grocery stores.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, all the time.
Yes.
All right, as you kind of just say hello, he nods to you. He looks back down at the paper, kind of pauses, and is like, "Smokes."
You see over in one of the chairs, you see one not an absolute unit of a man. In fact, he is not very thick, but he is sitting in a chair, leaning back comfortably, as he smokes on a pipe and blows out small little rotating monsters. He seems to be wearing black oiled armor, and he has wild white hair that seems to be going down the back of his chair and back. And he's wearing a sporting pair of tinted goggles. He raises his hand when he hears his name. He's like, "Over here."
The
Puff, puff.
hobgoblin man, hobgoblin man nods. And he looks back down at his paper, and his brow kind of furrows. He's kind of reading close. He's like, "I'm not gonna say all these damn names." Naomi.
Yes, that is me. And you look over and you see a purple-skinned tiefling, relatively tall, about 6'2", pretty well toned in the body, with horns that go back to a pink ponytail that goes down about halfway down his back. He's got smoky gray eyes that, if when you look into, you kind of see like an air of jubilance and kinship, but sort of a bit of mystery as well. And he kind of does a slight bow to the hobgoblin.
It's funny. The other game I have in this setting includes a purple tiefling.
Hey,
I don't know if that's connected at all, but it'd be like that.
totally.
He nods to you. He looks back down. Bolaf.
I'm sitting in a chair with my feet up on a table, my arms crossed. I raise my arm. Yup, that's me.
What does your character look like?
Right. 7'6" Goliath. He doesn't got a shirt on. He's got some pants, some boots, and a cape, and some shoulder pads, all made from animal skins, from what you can tell. And kind of like grayish, bloody skin.
Appreciate the titties outlook.
Yeah, obviously.
It's have for Roxy.
I gotta
then
show
he
off my
glances.
bod.
You know what? It's true. He glances back down one more time. Looks back up. Django.
You just see the small little 3-foot goblin in the corner with the long black hair and the ponytail just grunt.
Good. He nods once more to you, and as he kind of finishes this up, the door kind of behind you guys from where you came in opens, and another man steps out. Sam, would you like to describe your character?
Yes. So would it make sense for me to be in armor or civilian clothes?
Oh, whatever you think you'd be wearing.
Okay. So a blonde man with tan skin and blue eyes steps out wearing lightweight silver, blue, and green armor. He's got a pair of scimitars strapped across his back, and he's just kind of surveying you all curiously.
Hobgoblin gives you a good nod. He says, Hawthorne, take a seat.
I sit without a word, giving a nod back.
The gentleman, or the hobgoblin man, finally sits himself at the head of the table. Kind of just deposits the papers down in front of him, folds his hands in front of his chest, and addresses each of you, just kind of his gaze flicking across the room as he speaks. Says, welcome. On behalf of the Asparian government, allow me to express my gratitude for you coming here and responding to our summons. I am Lord Naxaden, advisor to the governor on matters such as these. I apologize that I have not been totally clear in the reasons for calling you here. Given the nature of the assignment I am offering you, I'm sure you'll be able to understand why we don't wish to share too much. Now, as I'm a busy man, and I imagine you are all eager to find out why you're here, I will simply get to the point. You've all been singled out as individuals of considerable skill, but lacking association to our military. Thus, you are being offered the chance to aid Asparia and our allies in this war by accepting the following mission. You are to go to Darna and assume the identities of members of its adventurers guild. In addition to jobs you will undertake with the guild as you try and earn your reputation and experience, you will also be expected to complete special tasks assigned by myself, orders for which will be communicated to Hawthorne here and relayed to you. More details will be given to you after the completion of your initial task and you arrive up north in Purcell. Any initial questions from any of you?
Django refrains from asking if there is a dental plan.
Django does not refrain from speaking, though. Django says, I think some of us might stick out. Points towards the horse. And the purple tiefling. And to himself,
Pepper's just
Hobgoblin looks at
staring.
you.
possibly the giant-ass Goliath.
He says to you, I imagine many of you have likely not had experience with the Adventurers Guild, as none of you are Darnesians, but there are people of all sorts, shapes, and colors there. And also, just in general, you guys would know that you can find anyone of any kind of shape and size anywhere.
Yep. Adventurers.
True. And as he's kind of speaking, the individual from the back of the room he'd been speaking to before is kind of walking around the table, and to the five of you, Hawthorne excluded, a stack of papers is deposited in front of you. It's sort of thick, probably a good dozen or so pages. And as you just kind of briefly look at it, you're immediately just hit in the face with dense legalese. And Zadin kind of offers to each of you as you're looking at them. Following are your contracts, detailing your payment, the details of your assignments. More than anything else, it is simply just formal paperwork that you need to sign, and then we ship off to some underpaid clerk to fill out. Nothing terribly important in it. I promise you're not signing away your firstborn children.
Glad the military hasn't changed.
Smokes would like to read it. Make
You may
sure.
read it if you wish.
I have already signed mine.
Yeah, Django's signed his soul away several times. May as well do it again.
Yeah, as you guys flip through it, there's just one single spot at the end for you guys to initial and sign, and then put the.
Anything pop out, like just by a quick scan?
Like
the word immolation, evisceration, anything? The whole
Selling of
Hobbit.
firstborn children.
Yeah, the whole Hobbit thing.
It's a lot of mentioning fair pay. Just kind of, there's nothing about murdering you or your soul. Most of it seems to be more concerned with just making sure you guys are registered as would be an appropriate word, associates of the government and not actual members.
Paid volunteers.
Freelancers.
Yeah.
Paid volunteers.
Interns. That's what we are.
The purpose of it would seem to suggest a way of as little strings as possible attached to you guys as you're moving through your business.
Okay.
Cool. So we're not selling our firstborn children.
No.
Out of
you
characters.
can later.
Damn, didn't want kids.
I just wanted to make sure.
I think I don't have any.
Does it say anything in writing about not telling anybody?
It does include towards the end a non-disclosure agreement.
Sworn to secrecy.
You know, when you're being hired to
maybe?
act as a spy, it kind of goes without saying. But you know, there's something in there. Zayden kind of adds in, I can provide you all with copies to read over later. Just please sign it and get it over with. I have things to do today.
Smokes is contented, or at least appeased for the time being, and signs.
All right. Is anyone not signing?
Think of that.
Pepper signs what he leaves the pen at the very end of his signature just to bleed a little bit because he wants to.
I
You,
draw.
He started
As-
reading it. That's what happened. He started
as the-
reading it as he was signing it.
as the figures kind of figures before kind of come to start picking up the papers. Pepper, yours gets picked up, and there's a spot of ink on the table underneath it now, staining it. No one
This
seems to
table is an
notice,
ancient
but
artifact.
whoever has to come clean this room later on will be upset.
Django signed it like really quickly, but also he's like, "You're being pretty nonchalant with our lives. Good to know your business is more important than us." And he'll just hand him
kind
the paper.
Zayd just kind of looks at you, and he says, "We are in the middle of a war, Mr. Go. I don't quite have time to be concerned with the lives of every single person that I contract. And more importantly, as adventurers, I would imagine that your lives are a little more dangerous just by default. I think you're more than capable of handling yourselves with this. Though if you should die, of course, your families will be fairly compensated, blah, blah, blah. It's all covered in Article 2 on the contract you just signed.
Grunts again.
Now, on to, I imagine, a point that most of you are concerned with, your funds. Currently, I cannot offer you any money right now. Initial payment of 1,000 gold pieces will be given to each of you when you arrive up north in Purcell, which will be your first destination, with additional salaries of 100 gold pieces to be given to you each week while you are in Darna and behaving.
All right.
You can't
That seems quite reasonable.
pay
Who
Doc
needs
for
dental?
being in timeout.
Gotta get that good catnip for the cat.
He
Question.
Oh. Yes.
Those papers they were signing, did I sign something similar earlier or no?
I mean, you kind of work for this guy, so
Okay.
So
you
you
signed
did sell
papers a
your
long time
firstborn.
ago.
Yeah. Okay.
The papers you signed are more actual employment.
Got it.
Although considering your particular position, they're a lot less lax than a lot of the others.
Your firstborn was Article 1. We just didn't have that.
Basically.
Yeah.
You know, it's the firstborn is only promised if he doesn't, meet his deadlines in time. All right, so
There's probably a lot of mail fraud clauses.
as the your contracts are whisked away and your firstborn children's rights are taken away, another one of the figures comes and lays out a map in the center of the table. Please don't draw on this page, please. But
Oop.
it is a map most of you are probably pretty familiar with. Simply a map of the rings. And Zaydan has a little token he has that he produces from a little slot or a little compartment underneath the side of the table, and he kind of places it up towards the north of the border between Chevelle and Asparia. I don't know if you guys can see a little X up there. I didn't pick a very good color. Let me do something else
It's the
real
color of
quick.
the water.
I literally can't see where
I
you're
can't
talking
see.
about. Where is an X?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a big
Black
white
or
circle
white, maybe?
instead.
Near Asparia?
It's
Give me a second. I erased it. There you go.
Oh, I'm like, why can't I find it?
Oh, I can see that. There.
Oh, yeah.
He places it right over appears to be a little city marker up to the north. And he says, to test your abilities, you have a first task that we are to assign you. It is twofold. Your first task, and he produces from his stack of papers a plain envelope with a red seal stamped into it. He kind of sets it down on the map, and he says, your first task is to bring this letter to Purcell. It includes important information we wish to communicate to our allies up there. Simple mail carrying mission should be easy enough, though I should inform you that tampering in any way with this letter, including opening it, destroying it, losing it, will result in the immediate termination of your contract, as well as your arrest and imprisonment for interference with the war effort. Do I make myself clear?
Fun stuff.
Understood. Who
Yep.
does this go to?
When you arrive up north in Purcell, you want to head to the military garrison there. Colonel Scott will receive you. Simply ask for him, someone will find him.
Colonel Scott, understood.
Your second task. There is a village to the north here that has been dealing with a troll problem for some time now. As you are to be adventurers, I think it would be a fine test of your abilities if you were to go there and help them deal with it. Terran is the town. It'll be on your way up to Purcell, perhaps a day or two on the road. Speak with the mayor, and I'm sure they'll point you in the right direction. We don't need you to bring back any sort of trophies or whatnot, but simply getting it done will be a good dipping your toes in, allow you all to interact with one another and see how you deal in a fight, as you will be spending a considerable amount of time in Donna. So you might need to start getting to know each other and getting familiar. He kind of looks down, he pulls out a pocket watch from his coat and kind of looks down and he says, have you any questions? I understand I cannot be totally forthcoming with information at the present, but I will answer what I can, and Colonel Scott up in Purcell will answer any other information that I cannot currently provide.
Smokes
assume-
thinks to himself. Oh, you saying something, Spider?
I assumed then that, sir, I'm taking a sabbatical again.
Yes. I'm afraid you will have to take a decent amount of time away from the university, Doctor. Though I assure you the money you'll be receiving is part of your funds and your salary will more than make up for that. Provided you successfully complete your task in Darna. The parameters for successful completion have yet to be decided yet, but we'll get to that later on. You will each see a quite large sum of money to reward you for your efforts.
And Pepper's gonna nod.
Anyone else?
Do we have transportation?
You'll have to arrange that yourself, I'm afraid.
We have feet, don't we?
You do.
We
Yeah,
could
we
always
do.
find a caravan.
I'm sure if you were...
You know what? For that comment, I'm gonna switch to Trickster and just zoom towards the door. Got that 50 feet movement.
Are you leaving?
Sorry, 45. No, just going to the door.
Okay. Zayden kind of just looks at you. Blinks, kind of rubs his brow a little bit. He says, well, I suppose if that is all, my part here is done. I believe you have a letter to get delivering and some trolls to get killing. You're expected in Purcell in 2 weeks' time. That should be ample time for you to get there and make your preparations and depart. I would encourage you to stock up here in the city, arrange what you can, perhaps get to know one another. Your first paycheck will be waiting in Purcell, along with some specific gear chosen for each of you. My associates here will see you out. Hawthorne, you have my sending stone. You may contact me if you need to. Though, as we discussed previously, I don't radio silence, so to speak, is advisable until you at least arrive in Purcell.
Yes, sir.
And he kind of stands up, takes his papers, and departs the door he came from, kind of in a bit of a hurry. And then you guys are vibing in the boardroom, and the plainclothes soldiers that had let you in kind of start ushering you out.
Smokes will, I suppose, get up and leave.
Yeah, we'll follow. Well, I'm at the door, but we'll follow after.
Smokes is hanging next to Valoth.
You guys get escorted out in whatever marching order you determine. And you guys are standing in the middle of the street. Day is dawning. It's not really a beautiful day. It's kind of cold and a little overcast. The wind kind of blows in from the sea, bringing a little bit of salty air with it. You guys are a couple blocks from the docks. But yeah, y'all are just standing in the streets and people are kind of brushing by, getting their morning work done. Yes, not bright sunlight.
Cool, I don't have to worry about getting a sunburn.
You're in the business quarter of town. I don't particularly have a map of Cecilon because I'm not that good at map making. But it's a decently large city, being the capital city of one of the growing epicenters of the area. You would know, you guys can get to the docks pretty easily. There's a market district. Shops are a little scarce these days. Being in the middle of a war does kind of hurt prices and whatnot. To the north of the gates out of the city, where you guys could pretty easily set up on your way up into the roads leading up to Purcell are pretty obviously marked.
Hmm.
So it might be a little bit difficult to stock up on stuff in the city before we leave.
It wouldn't be impossible, especially since you guys aren't exactly buying bread and actual household goods. Adventuring gear you might have an easier time finding, just because there's not really a huge demand for that hasn't already been allocated by military forces. But it'd probably be a lot more expensive than you'd be expecting.
I imagine.
I assume many smiths and like craftsmen that work with the military aren't getting actually paid. They're just getting materials, and that's about it. Like, you're doing this for your country.
They're receiving some money. The
That's
government
good.
isn't being like, all of your labor is now ours with no compensation.
They're
Asparia
not
does treat
Nilfgaard.
its
Wow. Sorry.
military does treat its civilians somewhat decently.
Okay.
But stuff is still just kind of scarce. Trade routes have been really disrupted, mostly because Aspire is really only currently trading with Chevelle, because a lot of the other nations it usually trades with are kind of like, we don't want to deal with you because you're in the middle of a war, and we really just we don't want to deal with you right now.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the party and be like, I'm sure you can tell, but I'm not exactly somebody that stays back. If any of you aren't too great at aiming, don't worry about me.
Don't worry, I'm sure I could aim over you or around you.
Exactly.
He kind of strums the longbow string. Yes.
You seem very not particularly fond of the military there, Django.
I'll just do whatever gets me the money fastest.
Fair enough. I don't think this place is gonna have any Fletchers. Or magic Fletchers. Wonder if they have an apothecary.
We can certainly look around. It's gonna look at Hawthorne.
Yes.
So
Have you been here?
Yes, many times.
Would there happen to be a Fletcher or an apothecary?
DM, would there happen to be a Fletcher or an
Sam,
apothecary?
you would know there would happen to be both. There's actually quite a few. This is a large capital city. You can really take your pick of a dozen different places. Though chances are the main apothecary you'd be interested in is the biggest one, just in the market district, where you're most likely to find them actually being open.
Just
As for a
because
Fletcher, same area.
we're in Cecil, right?
Yep, Cecil.
Okay, good to know. I will lead people to where they want to go, and just as a note, because of my abilities, I can do it twice as fast as normal people.
I'll be zooming.
He's gonna puff out his little chest and be like, it's good to have a tour guide every so often.
I just kind of like lead people through like a back alley, and suddenly we're like 2 streets over, and like.
Yeah, most of you, Belle, you're a little familiar with the city. You do live here. But you're primarily concerned with the university district, which is which is the southern part of the city. So even as Hawthorne is leading you through the city, you're all just kind of like, this man is finding shortcuts that you didn't think existed. He'll suddenly duck down an alleyway that you didn't even notice, and then suddenly you're 2 blocks away. It's quite nice, very efficient.
Nice.
I'd say, while everyone's talking and walking around Wolof, it's just kind of looking around everywhere and taking in the sights and sounds.
It's definitely a
Kind
lot
of-
different than the town you grew up in.
Kind of a oohing and eyeing.
Via smokes his own features, he can't actually get lost in this city either, which is fun.
True,
Yep.
true.
Urchin
It doesn't have to
background.
do with his history of the city, just fun stuff.
I can just
Urchin
climb.
background is nice.
All right, Zeph, you were saying something?
I was saying the same, really. But also, I'd like to look for a wine. Oh, I'd like to be led to a winery before we leave.
Okay.
Awesome.
Is there
Kind
a
of
vineyard
alongside the
in the
market
city?
district. There are vineyards outside the city.
Yeah.
Kind of in the market district, there's also quite a few, restaurants and shops. So as you guys kind of arrive in the main area of the market, it's busier than the area you were in before. There's a lot of people just kind of getting their morning shopping done. People picking up produce. Still a little dreary and miserable. But, you guys can pretty easily find what each of you are looking for, especially with Hawthorne kind of pointing out things. So I guess starting out, Smokes, what were you looking for?
Smokes was looking for a Fletcher.
All right.
Arrow makers. But hopefully one that has like special arrows.
Them
Or
plus
magic ones,
ones.
if possible.
So there is kind of one general, at least from what you can spot in the main part of the market area, kind of one general blacksmith, weaponsmith, general area of getting weapons or tools. It also does hunting things. So you can step in there. The shop is kind of chilly. Hasn't quite warmed up. The furnace or the fire's only been going for a little bit. The furnaces don't currently seem active in the back. It's a nice, calm little storefront. There's a man at the counter just kind of making some notes. He's a Yuan T gentleman. He's kind of just making some notes on a ledger, just writing things down. He kind of looks up in surprise as you enter. There's kind of just some general display racks. You notice there's a few sets of arrows kind of aligned up to show off their skill and whatnot, as well as some bows and some simpler weapons. Yuan T gentleman kind of looks up at you and he's like, "Oh, hello there. Can I help you?"
Yes. Do you have any specialty arrows, magic or trick?
Specialty. I mean,
Yeah.
we do hunting here.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Sure.
Can I say, since I'm not really looking for anything in particular, can I follow Smokes into the store?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any arrows that would be particularly effective against trolls?
What Rose? And he's kind of flipping through notebooks. You sense he's not entirely put himself together, as if he's not entirely familiar with everything in the shop. And he kind of pulls a book out from underneath, perhaps an inventory log. He's kind of flipping through it, and he says, "I mean, we have regular arrows. Are those good for trolls?"
With enough of them, yeah. Though, if you had any arrows that had magical abilities, that would be beneficial. But if you don't, it's not a big deal.
I'm sorry, sir. Or more simpler stuff. He kind of starts flipping through the book one more time, and eventually he just looks up at you and kind of just shrugs in defeat. He says, I'm just the blacksmith's son. I don't really work here. He's just away on business right now."
Fair enough. I suppose I'll just buy 20 plain arrows if you have them for a longbow. He sort of shows the blacksmith's son his bow so he can get an idea of the size necessary.
All right, he kind of takes a look at it. Kind of goes back to the inventory and starts flipping through it a little bit. Arrows are like what? Copper each, I think.
I think
They're
it's
pretty
a
cheap.
gold piece for 20 of them.
It's pretty cheap,
Okay.
yeah. Hey, Mason,
Yeah.
Easily.
how big is Smoke's bow?
See, Smokes is...
Would you say that it's
Thank you.
oversized?
No.
Oh,
It's
yay!
longbow, so it's probably about
Arrows, yep.
6 feet tall, the bow.
Okay.
I mean, granted, that
Eventually,
makes it like a war bow, so...
the gentleman kind of disappears behind the camera. Kind of goes into a back room. You hear some shuffling around with things. Eventually, he comes out with just a bundle of pretty plain arrows. They seem to be of good quality, though they're nothing particularly special. He's just like, 2 gold for the set.
2 gold, eh? Fair enough. And Smokes will give him 2 gold pieces.
All right, he takes it, makes a little note in the log or whatever, and and just smiles at you and says, "Would you like a receipt?"
Yeah, probably might need in case the arrows get me killed.
What's a
He
receipt?
gets a little notepad out, scribbles the transaction details on it, rips it off, and kind of hands it to you, and he says, "Have a nice stay."
Thanks. He will. I don't imagine his quiver's big enough to fit all of them, so he'll bundle them up and kind of tie them to his quiver.
All right,
Hey,
you have the
Catherine,
arrows now. Yes.
out of character, just like for my own knowledge, would like barbed arrows work better to like cause bleeding, or like they get stuck in their skin if they pull it out, it like rips skin out against
I
I
trolls?
mean,
Might. You
possibly. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Have you particularly slayed trolls with an arrow before?
Yeah.
Who
I
knows?
mean, any arrow with wings on it, I think, will probably do enough damage on its own. Or like the arrowhead shape that you normally
Yeah.
see, it's like a triangle. Like if the arrow's like that, I think it's probably gonna do enough cutting and bleeding.
Yeah. I'm just curious. That was it.
You know, at this point, pretty much anything that can fuck something up more will likely work against a troll.
I know, like some harpoons and some arrows. I know
That's what I was
they
thinking of, the harpoon, like a little barb.
yeah, when you
and
fire them
serrate.
and they stick into something, like
Mhm.
little blades stick out the side.
Yeah.
All right. Who
I
else
did
was
have
looking for
trick
something?
arrows.
Who wanted the apothecary?
That was also
That was
Mason.
also smokes.
All right.
Is there a bounty board?
Not really. This is a big metropolitan city. People don't really do bounties.
I mean, like a wanted
Um,
board or anything. Like a.
Not-
Not really.
Okay.
It might be a constabulary or something.
Chances are, if you went to kind of the local police office, you might find, I don't know, a list of the most wanted people, but they don't. Cecil Law doesn't really do
I feel like it's too military.
bounties.
To be like,
Yeah, I assume it'd be closer
I
to
mean,
the
it's-
base.
Like
All right.
military police.
It's a
MPs.
decently modern city in terms of a fantasy, I suppose. Adventures aren't quite as common in Asparia, especially up in the city, just because they're not really needed. There's not really a lot of monsters here.
Maybe
No,
it was
chances are, if you're looking
all
for
along.
a bounty hunting work, you'd be better off looking for a criminal organization.
Okay.
Oh shit.
we got this. Level 5 scars.
Maybe a little bit. What?
Catherine, does,
All right.
I don't care where I get
does
the money.
Smokes, Ethan, do you want to go first? Because
I
I've been
just-
talking a bit.
Oh, I literally just said I don't care where I get the money. You and I talk a lot. Go for it.
Oh, okay. Catherine, does
Yes.
Smokes, does he know much about trolls?
You're more of a people hunter, though.
Yeah.
You know, I think most of you would know the basic information about trolls is that they're big and they're angry, and they tend to hang out in caves, and
Dude,
they like to
that's
hit
just
things.
Smokes' like grandmother.
Cave Shrek.
I mean, you got a point. I mean, they're just kind of hanging out. You know?
They just
They're
be
pretty
vibing,
standard. They're like
be
Skyrim
vibing, like,
trolls.
eating people's cattle and stuff.
They have a pretty good proclivity to not dying. So
Maybe,
it's, they're pretty standard popular adventure fare. Some even in the past have taken their testicles and tried to sell them at the black market.
That was a good session.
Yeah.
I mean, who hasn't tried
That-
to
You
sell
want
testicles in the
stew.
black market?
Times are tough.
No, that was a thing that another player did in a different campaign. It
I
was-
wonder if he still has. Did he ever have those?
I believe he
get
sold
rid of
them. Yeah, I think he got them.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I
make
think
soup.
you got
I
it for like
think.
troll testicle soup. you know?
Yeah.
All right. Well, apothecary time. Smokes, with your arrow, you and Volath kind of step out into the main plaza, and kind of head in the direction Hawthorne pointed out for where the apothecary was. It's a much smaller building front, just kind of interlaced with some buildings. As you kind of walk by, someone steps outside carrying a little basket, just kind of as they're doing their shopping, and the air that wafts out from the open door is just very nice. It smells of herbs. It's very pleasant, very calming, reminds you of like a grandmother's house. And you guys step
Grandmother's
inside.
cave.
It's very cramped in here, but like in a cozy kind of cramp. There's a lot of bundles of drying herbs hanging from the ceiling and the walls. There's a simple counter, some shelves behind it holding various vials and jars of a whole bunch of different things. And behind the counter is a gnome woman. Very old looking. Just kind of your general granny vibes. And she kind of looks up at you guys as you enter. And she's like, "Oh, hello there. Can I help you?"
Yes. I'm looking to see if you have any pest poisons, preferably
Oh,
big pests.
what kind of pests?
Well,
He just said big.
if you have anything strong enough for trolls, that's probably about as strong as I need.
She kind of, her eyes widen. She's like,
Do you
don't
have
know if
like
I'd quite
12
consider
doses
a-
of ketamine?
I don't know if we quite consider trolls as a pest so much as they are a danger. I suppose I have some rat poison. You might
You can make him
you
throw
might
up.
need a
Yeah.
lot of it though. Uh,
Yeah, I might. How much do you have?
Give him a stomach
I
ache.
mean, she kind of glances, kind of steps away for a moment. She kind of hops off the little stool she's standing on to look over the counter.
Oh god, mood.
And you watch her kind of waddle off into the back. You hear her shouting some things in Gnomish to whoever is back here. She's kind of searching around, and finally she comes back. She says, "Well, I mean, we got about 12 little bottles. Pretty much can kill any amount of rats you got, but I don't know about trolls." She kind of
Yeah.
holds up the bottles, and it's a pretty small size bottle, maybe the size of a small mason jar, just with a undisclosed substance within.
Mm. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think that's gonna work.
I'm
How about
mighty
black pepper?
sorry.
Do you have any black pepper?
Black pepper.
Yeah.
I suppose. You cooking?
With that I will.
All right. Well, kind of hops off her little stool again, waddles back in with the rat poison.
Dude in the gas mask
Comes
is
back
cooking.
out and comes back out with just a small little glass vial filled with what looks to be just pepper, and she kind of holds out. It's like, "You mean is this what you're looking for?"
Smokes will, like, I guess, pop it open and smell it.
You sneeze.
That'll work.
Does it affect the pepper?
It's pepper.
I mean, like, does it
How much
seize
of
in the
this,
pepper?
then?
Just
I
Yeah,
would hope not.
Smokes is gonna give the pepper to Pepper to make a pepper dish for Pepper.
Oh my god.
Fascinating.
Pepper.
Um,
Oh.
the
Goodness.
gnome woman asks, "Is that what you want?"
Yeah, so that'll be good.
All right,
Yep.
that'll be just
I'll
2
need
copper
anything.
pieces.
2 copper pieces. Smokes will give the little lass 2 gold pieces. Not gold pieces, copper pieces.
oh, he said it.
She thanks you kindly. Asks if you want a receipt.
Sure.
Pieces.
She scribbles up another one of the
Pepper kills.
Better
me.
to be safe than sorry.
scribbles up another one of the receipts you got from the blacksmith shop. Hands it to you. She says, "You two have a good day now. Good luck with your troll problem.
What about you, Volov? Need anything?
No, I don't need anything.
Okay then. Suppose we should get going then.
All right. Zeph, you said you were looking for wine.
Wine! Bring me the vineyard.
All right. Well, you are
Just
able to
drink
I need my potion
there's kind of
that lets me tolerate all of you.
you're kind of looking around a little bit. You find what appears to be kind of a general goods store, more food based. You kind of step inside. Any fancy winery places would be probably closed right now, especially since it's like 9 o'clock in the morning.
It's
But you step
5
inside
o'clock somewhere.
this little area. It's got a little area for like cheeses and deli meats. It's
Yeah,
very fancy.
it's 5 o'clock
And then
in
there's
Darna.
what?
It's 5 o'clock in Darna.
I don't know what time zones are in this setting, so who knows? But you're able pretty easily to find. There's a little kind of locked wine what's the word? Cabinet. There we go. There's kind of a locked wine cabinet. With little prices written in common, little name tags on each of them. As you kind of walk in, the clerk, who is just kind of a tall human gentleman, is kind of looking at you. He's kind of busy with another customer wrapping up some fantasy ham. And he calls out to you. It's like, "Oh, I'll be with you in 1 minute."
Is it long pork?
This is fine. I'll be by the wine.
You kind of move over to the wine. There's a good selection of wines. You're probably pretty well acquainted with them. Maybe not these particular wineries that they come from, as they're all,
It's okay.
Asparian vintages. But there ranges from ones that are about 2 coppers a pop to the really expensive 10 gold ones that are aged for like 60 years, really deluxe stuff. And then pretty much any price in between, depending on how expensive you want to get.
I would like to buy 2 bottles of dinner wines. Probably
Dinner
more
wines?
closer to like top shelf, like 8ish gold each.
8ish gold. All right. You looking for red wines then?
Yes.
You want like a
All right.
$15 bottle of box wine?
Shut up.
Hey, box
You're
wine's
always
gonna
more
be pretty
classy
good.
than me.
Hey, don't
Look at
knock
that
box wine.
callback! Wow.
All right. After a minute, after the clerk is done dealing with in his fantasy ham, he kind of comes over to the counter. You looks over, and says, "Yeah, you got your eye on one of those?"
Yes, I like the one up there and the one over there. They should be very good for dinner, actually. And you know, when you get close to people, sometimes you have a little get together at dinner, and a little wine helps loosen the lips.
He nods. Says, "You plan on having a party? You know, there's far too little of that kind of stuff here." And as he's speaking, he's kind of coming around from the counter and pulling out his keys to unlock the cabinet but grab out the bottles you want.
Party, get together. There's new people in my life that I'd like to get to know.
Oh well, congratulations. Kind of laughs a little bit, and he's like, "Well, may they stay in your life, all things considered." And he pulls you over to the counter. He wraps up the bottles, covers them in paper, puts them nice and secure in a little bag, hands it over to you. Says your tally comes up to 20 gold.
Okay. I hand him 25 gold and look at him and go, "It seems you are having a bit of a hard time. I hope that I can help you a little bit in the future." And I'll walk out with my wine.
He smiles at you, and as you're going, he says, "Wait, did you want your receipt?"
No, thank you.
Alrighty, have a good one.
That wine's gonna kill you.
See, Smokes is out here. He's gonna get compensated for all of his business purchases.
Yeah.
He is a responsible consumer.
All right,
Wait,
Naomi,
can we
have
get
your wine.
reimbursed?
I have my wine.
Will the
but I-
military
He's-
reimburse our stuff?
Possibly. I'm not quite sure.
Ooh,
Zedin wasn't
probably not.
particularly forthcoming.
We're
with
getting an
information.
allowance. I don't think we're getting reimbursed.
Yeah.
That will not stop me from trying.
I know, right?
All right. Anyone else looking for anything in particular when it comes to shopping?
No, I already have the things that I would need. Just kind of like a little post office.
All
I
right.
just forgot wine. That's it.
I'm just gonna start playing my Sham.
Smokes has got his secret weapon.
All right, Pepper, you said you're looking for a post office.
Yeah.
All right. Are you looking for like a place to drop off mail or actually do some post stuff?
A drop off mail.
All right. Yeah. So
Gotta be sent to Keith.
there's a there's not quite a post office in the market, but you know your way around the city.
Yeah.
You know where your local post office is. It's kind of nearby. You kind of trot your way on over. And there's a little drop-off container, pretty much right inside it.
Yep. The exact same letter he wrote 5 years ago. He's writing again.
Oh, it'd be like that. You drop it in. It clunks at the bottom. There's a lot of other people kind of around the post office looking at letters. Some of them look more distraught than others. But probably the news they're receiving is not really what they want to be hearing.
Yeah.
You get your information, you kind of trot back to the rest of the party, and you guys are all just kind of vibing in the middle of the market square.
Whenever somebody goes into like a different shop, can I just like whenever one of the party goes to a different shop, I just want to like sit near like a corner of like a street, like wherever people are walking by, and be playing the Sham. It's just like seeing
The what?
Sham. It's like a
Bard.
don't worry about it. It's like what you would see as like the flute, but it's kind of like a recorder type thing, but a double reed
Okay.
woodwind.
All right. You buskin'?
Yeah,
The
All
bus-
right. You want to roll me a performance check?
sure.
Ooh.
Yay.
That
dice roll.
is. Did you say cursed dice roll? Fuck you. 15.
All right. You
Fuck.
make 15 gold pieces.
Hey, that brings me
Quite a
up
few people are
quite a
walking
bit.
around
Thank
in
you.
here. Kind of, the city's a little void of music these days, so people are pretty happy to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Technically, the money comes to you in an assortment of coppers and silvers and whatnot, but just say it's 15 gold.
Okay.
If I see him doing that after I leave the vineyard, I will totally walk up with my loot. Not for money, just because it's fun.
All right.
Yeah, we'll just be fun.
You want to roll performance as well?
That put me at a very satisfying number. Thank you.
What if we all had instruments?
Performance? That's a dirty 20.
All right, you
Oh.
are breaking it down on the loot. I do think that's probably a good part of the reason why Jane Doe is making as much money.
I just stop. It's like, and break it down, tiefling. Just like start
You're-
rapping. Yeah.
You're boogieing away at your little recorder
here to
thing
have
about.
fun. We're here
And
to
then the
have fun
tiefling shows
together.
up and just is like, anyway, here's Wonderwall.
I would love to just join in. It's a great time. I'm background noise, but like it happened to overshadow.
Yeah, you're happy. You got your
background
wine, so you're like,
noise.
time to play the flute.
You kind of play your own thing for a bit, but then you two kind of settle into playing together, and it's a much more harmonious melody.
Yay.
Pepper's gonna stare.
You have a centaur staring at the two of you.
I'm gonna start dancing a little,
Plays the
doing a little
discontent-
Irish jig.
Discontented
The cat seems to be quite happy with the sound.
Yes,
Aw.
Kitty is very much having a grand old time.
God, I wish I really need to buy a camera for Cat Cam. She is so cute right now.
Cam.
Little
All right,
cat
anything
bear.
else pressing you guys want to take care of?
Was this
No.
pressing?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
We've just been fucking around, I think.
The campaign has
We're-
to have both equal parts pressing and fun.
So right now we're all just kind of standing in a circle watching these two go ham on the.
Yeah.
They're vibing, having a great time.
They're very-
All right.
So eventually, everyone's got their shopping done. Django and Naomi have finished their busking, collected their money. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning now. The sun's getting high. It's starting to actually warm up properly now. The city's starting to fill up a little bit more as people are coming out of their homes and getting their business done. Seasonal, even though it's not quite a ghost town, it's a little quieter than it usually is. But even at a little quieter, it's still a pretty busy town. I mean, it's the capital city of a very large country. So you guys are hanging out there. The exit of the city's north, south, to the east, and then to the west. Oh, nope, to the east. To the west is your docks. You would know that your destination Persil is up to the north. It's about a week trip away. If you're really booking it. If you guys are stopping in Terran, that's about a day or two traveling away. The roads are pretty well established and safe. It'd be pretty easy traveling.
That's
Wait, so we're a week away from where the trolls are, or we're
Neff.
You are
what?
about a day or two away from Terran. town.
Jane.
You are a week away from Persil, which is the city up to the north on the border of Asparia and Chevelle, where you are supposed to take your letter.
That's where we get our money, right?
Yes.
Wait,
Money,
Zeph,
money.
what'd you say?
Money.
If you tried to hand me the 7 gold, Name was going to literally push your hand back and go, no, this is just for fun. It's good time.
This is
What?
just game. Why do you got to be so
Yeah,
serious?
it's just game.
It's a little game.
Yeah.
Why do you have to be mad?
Why you got to be so mad?
Look, he's gonna nod at her and be like, "I'll buy your next bottle then."
Him, Naomi.
Him, sorry.
Him.
Mixing up the characters.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I honestly wasn't paying attention to any gender for anybody.
That's okay.
All I know
We
is
will all
that
learn in time.
Belle is hung. That's all I know.
If it
Naomi
helps,
wasn't there at
Smokes is a smoking hot dude.
All I heard was you say hung, and I'm concerned.
Yeah. You're a centaur. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is,
exactly.
Yeah.
this is just
On
a
that
party.
note,
On that note, fuck off.
All I'll say is that this party does not pass the Bechdel test.
Do we pass the Turing test?
I don't know. That's up to you guys.
We pass an IQ
Probably
test.
not. There are no Warforged, and we still probably fucking don't pass.
I mean, they don't exist in this setting, so I don't know if the Turing test exists in this setting.
Laughs in horse.
They're
If
trying.
they're a construct, maybe there's a Turing test.
They're trying. Alright. Do we want to stop anywhere on the way, or do we just want to go for a week?
Pepper is gonna
Do
ask
we have
what
food?
transportation is.
And we're also stopping to stop in. We're stopping in Terran.
Yes, Taryn.
Terran.
We're
So-
trying to there too. We're taking.
I'll
care of
point your
our-
direction to the map here.
Yeah,
Zoom
where's
in
it?
and make some little markers.
Uh,
Map.
Hell yeah.
Map.
Doctor.
So Bristol is
Doctor.
the one circled up here. Taryn is like right here. Right on the road out of Cisalon.
We could have accidentally
Yeah.
left the map.
Yes.
Mason, how could you? You've hurt my feelings.
Doctor, I do believe
think
we are
I
going to be going by
navigated
foot.
away.
I'm
To,
also. I was so happy with these like little dots. Like they're like obviously trails. I was super like it gave me an idea. Gave me an idea to do it to my maps. So I'm like super happy about this.
Yeah, honestly, I like the idea of adding trails so you can just kind of see the main travel routes.
Yeah.
It's pretty popular.
I heard someone say doctor.
Yeah, me. I assume we'll be traveling by foot or hoof.
He's just gonna stare for a little bit.
You're gonna
and-
stare downwards like 5-6 feet, like, and I look up straight upwards at you.
His cat in his arms, and he's just giving all the chin scritches.
all of
And
them.
after a small pause,
So you've come to see Mr. Fluffy.
did you mean you were all getting horses, or
I do believe we're just gonna be walking, unless we
Okay.
can find some horses in this war-torn part of the country.
It is
Unless
always
you can
nice
carry
to
all of
walk.
us.
I
You see
was
more when you're walking.
confused?
I don't think Centaur enjoy being ridden. It's the first time I've seen one up close, actually.
Oh,
First
well,
one I've ever even heard of one.
Yeah, centaur are not particularly common.
No.
They exist, obviously, but they're
I've never seen.
not
a
as populous as a lot of the other. So most of you
the
that are
population
not
of
well
centaurs, don't they usually come from like a country that has a lot of horse riders?
It's like
Yes.
the like Chevelle area.
most centaurs are Chevalian, up towards Durna. But I mean, you can find one probably everywhere, but for the most part, you're kind of just like, horse person. Wow, like they'd exist, but chances are you've likely.
How tall are you, Jane Go?
3 feet.
3 feet.
Itty
Uh,
bitty.
Shut up, it's true to life.
He's bite size.
I'm fun size. I'm fun size and I'm faster than all you.
Probably.
He is going to just kind of lean down a bit and look at you and look at his cat, and very slowly put the cat on top of your head,
I will not stop it.
and then he's gonna wait and say, "Does it hurt your neck?"
No, not really. It can hold my big ass head.
Roll a Constitution save.
And see,
Or strength, maybe.
I'm just trying to hold still.
see if it does not hurt the horse, it wouldn't hurt me. And he's gonna take his cat back and instantly just hug her.
Okay.
You are strange, but I like you.
we should have drinks sometime.
I like the cut of your jib.
Right now.
Doctor,
Yes.
can I pet your cat?
Yes.
Doctor, give me the news. I've got a bad case of loving
I
you.
hear I've heard doctor and I've heard professor. Are you so you're doctor and professor?
I am Dr. Professor Pepper Bell. Or
Bell
just
Pepper.
Dr. Pepper Bell.
Your name is too long.
I like
I'll
you.
just call you
are
doctor.
Doctor Professor.
Okay, thank you very
Dr.
much.
Pepper.
My students prefer Professor.
I'm sure you have much to teach me.
Just language, really.
Mr. Dr. Professor Bell. This is a very long name.
Oh, if you think that's a long name,
I'm gonna start speaking in
Let me tell you.
Goblin.
let me formally introduce myself to my party here. My name is Nikolai Alta Olivia Marigold I. However, as we are a party, I am Naomi.
Wait.
Okay,
Both your
Flower.
names are too long.
Wait. Does that mean you're Pablo, Diego, Jose Francisco de Paula, Juana Palmacina, Maria de los Remedios,
Much better.
Cipriano de la Santísima Trinidad Ruiz y Picasso? I was trying hard not to laugh halfway through. I'm like, shit, I gotta get through it.
All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
We're just gonna keep being farces here.
Yeah.
Anyway, take a fucking break from all this.
It's
Okay,
alright.
hello, I'm back. I had to put a sweater on, but I had to take my headset off to do it.
Spider, were you about to go do something?
I said Dr. Pepper here really enjoys his cat, but he does not mind if she's being pet if he's holding her.
It's either Dr. Pepper or Professor Bell. One or the other.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper or Professor Bell is what his students call him because I'm a little shit.
Yeah.
I will forever be calling you Dr. Professor.
Right, well,
Dr. Professor. Just like, yeah.
Boleth, you're able to approach Pepper, his little kitty cat.
Yes. Oh, the good little kitty cat.
He's
The cat
very
doesn't seem to shy away from you. It's a funky, fresh-looking little baby.
She is funky, fresh, and very vocal.
Sounds like kitten.
Pretty much a lot of your traveling so far today has been punctuated by little meowing sounds.
Aww.
Is this cat a regular plain old cat, or does it look like some sort of other sort of critter?
It's blue.
Hey, Spider.
Never seen a blue cat before.
Does Smokes understand why this strange cat is?
There are blue cats.
Most of you would know cats are not usually blue.
Yeah.
Chances are there is something magical happening with this cat.
Hey, Spider.
Yeah.
Do you speak Goblin? Because that's what Django would start introducing himself in.
No,
Okay.
I know Minotaur.
A little different.
Little.
Well,
Also Elvish and Sylvan and Infernal.
if
and
anybody knows
Dwarven.
Goblin, then I will say it out loud, but other than
No.
that, okay.
Sorry.
It's a very lingual party, I'm afraid.
Yeah. That's a good thing, though. No, they can't know.
I speak
I mean,
giant.
I'm a polyglot,
I
but
mean,
not that big of a
altogether-
polyglot.
I'm sure altogether we have a lot of languages.
True,
I'm
just
a
not
polyglot, so I made my character a polyglot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pepper probably knows the most languages of any.
Who needs to know languages when you've got comprehend languages?
Fair. That is
Also,
fair.
when I
Non-magic
level up, I
casters.
get more.
Mason.
What do you mean?
Alright.
I've had so many White Claws today.
Oh, jeez.
God.
I was nervous for the first session, so I started early.
God,
How early is the
Breaking out the
question?
wine.
PM.
Okay, but like I will be planning on breaking out the wine after.
That's
So
fair.
Honestly,
I'm
though,
drinking Pepsi, so I'm pretty cool.
I wish I had anything.
Drinking water, stay healthy.
Pepper right
Yeah.
now.
I got chocolate milk. Does that count?
yo,
Yeah.
chalky
Oh,
milk
hell yeah.
though.
That's chocolate milk.
I do have appy juice, like I literally do.
God, I wish that was me.
I have Dr.
have
Pepper,
happy
water,
It
and
is no appy juice. It is forever appy juice because of Catherine's character. Yeah, you have happy juice, yeah.
All of my characters love apple juice, just because I love it. Um,
Aren't you glad
my
I have
dragon
a? I swear to God, I'm gonna spike Xenevire's appy juice.
she's never been drunk in her life, so I guess you're ready for whatever that's gonna end up being.
It's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna die.
with his moon's shine.
I guess
Yeah.
it depends if a dragonborn
Just Everclear.
can handle it.
Oh my God, no! It is like 99% is not
rubbing
gonna be
alcohol.
fun. Yeah.
106% alcohol.
It tastes worse than whatever the goblins gave us in or
bananas.
me.
Elzen didn't drink it, so we'll find out. All right. You guys have any other preparations you'd like to take care of in the city?
Nope.
I think
I
Smokes
know.
is good.
I'm
Nope.
good.
All ready to boogie on out.
Let's go. This town is
All right.
cramped.
Ready to jam.
So getting out of Chevelle or not Cisalon is pretty easy. You just follow the path. Hawthorne's pretty easily able to navigate you up to the northern gate. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. Not a lot of people are coming into the city right now. as you guys are kind of heading out towards the gates, near some guards there standing watch, kind of just wearing a plain uniform. It's not quite a military uniform. It's more just kind of more of a police style uniform, the watch uniform. They kind of look at you all, kind of give you nods. They don't really care about people leaving the city so much as people coming in. So you guys able to leave the city. The land beyond Cisalon, kind of a suburban area a little bit. There's a couple houses here and there. But the further you guys walk from the city, the more it turns into farms. You got the road you guys are following is pretty close to the shore. You can see the ocean from where you are. It's kind of just winding through a nice lush fields. Yeah, it's easy travel. You guys pass some people on the road. People on various wagons heading in. Farm people kind of moving between places. It's cold, so not much activity.
If I get the chance, I want to race Professor.
You want to race the professor?
I do.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of open space.
If I was a monk, I'd be saying the same thing. To be fair,
I'm
How
not.
are you?
But I'm not a monk.
I don't care what you are. I'm just saying if I was a monk.
Ooh,
I just want to
well,
like
runs
find.
race 2.
I want to find a landmark and just be like, well, anybody want to race?
I'm probably.
It's like pointing.
Me.
me.
I will beat you, tiny man.
Sounds like a great
Looks
plan.
up the 4 feet difference. Like, probably. I don't even go up to your waist.
You could headbutt his kneecaps.
I could.
Oh yeah. Walk it.
I could kneecap him before he can get anywhere.
Ah!
Don't
mean-
kneecap the Goliath.
I won't. Alright. Technically, if I dash, I can go 100 feet at any time. So, if anybody can beat that.
Anyone who's racing want to roll me an acrobatics check?
That's okay.
Sure.
Smoke won't be racing, but he'll be watching.
Where's
Let's see what I
my
get here.
acrobatics?
Acrobatics,
Cool.
just
High.
24.
D20 plus the modifier.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So,
9.
I'm also going to get in on this.
24.
Alright.
I rolled a 19, so 18.
You guys just want to post them real quick.
You
in
have minus
the,
one.
You guys, want to,
Yeah, I'm not.
you guys like to post that.
I did not do this best.
Just so I can kind of preside it. Sam, you said you were getting in on
So
that too.
I can go 90 feet.
Naomi is also basically just
Not
racing
100.
this run.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to use Expeditious Retreat to give myself 105 feet of movement.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Does that help with your roll?
Everyone's just
Like,
staring at all of this.
It just increases its speed.
And with my acrobatics check, I get to add a d4, so that's a 23.
I'm still beating it.
Alright.
Woo!
Good lord.
So, you guys kind of said about your race.
Little dude.
Even though he is a teeny tiny little goblin with teeny tiny goblin, Django just zips past all of you.
Me.
Hawthorne, you're able pretty easily to keep up with him. You're lagging a little bit behind, but I mean you're keeping a good pace. You're a little amazed though as you're running it, like, goddamn, this little boy can move fast.
To everybody but
Naomi-
Hawthorne, I look like Speedy Gonzalez.
You're lagging a little bit behind the two of them. I mean you're kind of keeping up, but you're very clearly losing. Voleth, you start running, and then you trip on a rock and fall flat on your face.
Oh, poor guy.
You don't take any damage.
Oh.
I
Your
want
pride
to
is-
join too.
I'll use Stone's Endurance to take the other
I wouldn't do that. Just don't worry about it.
You don't take any damage, but
Yeah.
nothing can soothe your wounded.
I guess
We're
Smokes
fine.
will check on Volath.
How far behind?
You okay, big guy?
Dan am I at the end?
Oh, you run very fast, little man.
Oh,
wait, no, wait, that's not you. Hold on, I got period.
What were you
No.
asking, Sam?
How far behind him am I at the very end of the race?
Probably about 10 feet.
Okay.
It's pretty close.
Right.
Naomi's probably about 20, 30 feet behind you guys.
Are you about to do
Voleth-
some fuckery?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Uh-oh.
got wrecked pretty early on.
Right before he wins, I'm gonna teleport right in front of him so he runs into me.
Can I avoid?
Is that a
Um,
misty step?
How much are you focusing on running so much as you are on your surroundings?
I'm looking forward, not backwards. So if I see something, especially if it's like Misty Step, I assume I could just go under his legs or something.
I'll let you do an acrobatics check to not get wrecked.
21.
All right, you
Got that plus 7.
I fucking
kind of
hate
teleports in front of you, and you definitely have to stop because
I just want to
there's a man
slide.
in front of you. But you just kind of end up kind of ducking and kind of zipping under his legs, kind of like you're diving for a base. In Fantasy. Um,
Wonderful.
It would have been hilarious if
got
I
a
just
skilled
smacked into your
scheming party.
legs. Just,
That would have been very funny.
it just, oh shit.
You two have a great dynamic. I love it.
Team bonding.
Yeah. That was fun.
you're all
Yeah.
not really out of breath. You're all pretty physically capable people.
Not unlike the military to
I'll
cheat, but you know.
So
And there's the old man, you know.
He's vibing.
He's just staring.
Did he ever start running?
No!
I'm gonna walk over to Dr. Professor and be like, well, why did you not run? It was a good time.
What? But racing is something people do.
I'm gonna run back.
You start zipping back. You have to run through Hawthorne's legs again.
That's fine.
but this time from the front.
I'll do that,
So
but
there's
like while
kind
I
of a low hang warning.
no, I'll do that, but while I do, I'm just gonna like smack the back of his thighs with both hands and be like, "Bet."
Okay. Hawthorne, you're a little assaulted. It's a little.
You're a little
Opportunity
assaulted.
attack.
I feel
We're not in combat.
I'm tripping you.
rolls a
Not
nat
yet.
20 on the thigh slap.
All right, Naomi, you were saying something.
I was answering. Racing is something that we do for fun sometimes.
Donk damage.
Well, I was already having fun.
Oh, well then, more the merrier then.
Isn't it over?
I believe so, but though the other one is still moving.
I would like walking.
As long as you're having a good time, my friend.
He's gonna put his cat on your head.
It is the ultimate sign of respect.
I immediately reach up and like scritch the cat under the chin.
The cat's kind of like appreciating your horns.
I'm gonna scritch Momo's chin.
I don't like-
Hey, Momo.
Getting some good chin scritches out of him.
Oh, she chittered.
Oh, that's
Hi,
what it's about.
Momo.
How's the kid?
Cat Cam 2021. It's coming
Someday.
someday. It will happen.
Nothing to look forward to.
Yeah.
Your friend here is adorable, Dr. Professor.
Thank you. I got her 5 years ago.
Is it her full age, or did you just get her when she was already aged a little?
She's not changed, if that's your question.
Ah, so she's a young one still. You've got many years, I assume.
What do you mean by that?
Well, all things come and all things die at some point, but you know.
I think she can't. She has before, but she's always been alright.
Huh.
Just kind
She's
of.
died, but she's been fine.
Yeah.
She's died plenty of times, but
She did the
I
time
like
warp
to,
again.
I like to throw her sometimes and make her explode. It is a
Oh.
fun time.
She walks it off.
She has fun with it, and if she actually ever ends up damaged and hurt too bad, she just she poof, and then I get her back.
Zeph, would you like to roll an archive?
Yes, because, you know.
Familiar do poof.
I'm feeling really good with these dice that don't roll good. Arcana?
Yep.
15.
Hey.
All right. And you're not a wizard. You're not a particular spellcaster. You're not particularly familiar with the familiars. But you can decently assume that this cat is something like a familiar, if not actually. That they can be destroyed or killed, quote unquote, but then they can be resummoned through magic.
Okay.
So the cat could survive being exploded. She would just pop back later on and be like, "What's up?"
So
What's up,
the
bitches?
slight concern in Naomi's eyes kind of just fades quickly.
Do we get back to the rest of the party?
You are back to the rest of the party.
Okay.
I'm gonna brush myself off and walk over to Django, give him a big slap on the back, and congratulate him for winning.
I get knocked 10 feet.
Yeah. This big Goliath gentleman brings his hand back, gives you a good hearty slap, like, "Ah, it was a good one." And you just kind of get lunged forward a
sorry.
little bit.
Ah!
You don't fall over, but you definitely like the air leaves your chest. You're just like, "Ugh."
Thank you. A couple of you kept up with me.
It was a fun race.
It was. I'm just gonna go die over here.
Do you need some medical aid?
Do you
No.
need me to carry you?
I just.
Don't die now. It's bad for your health.
Yeah. No. No, thanks. I just need a minute.
Then I would request you die a little quieter. He's gonna take his cat back.
Smokes chuckles.
Try.
Catherine,
We'll try.
how far?
I don't even know
away
what
from
Nomi's
the
reaction to
village
that
at this
is.
point?
What was your question, Sam?
How far away from the village at this point?
I mean, you guys have probably been max traveling for a couple hours, so it's about a day or two, depending on how fast you're moving. And imagine you guys are keeping a pretty steady pace, so you're probably closer to a day than you are to. You'll probably reach it by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning if we don't stop, or if we start walking at dawn.
If you walk all day today and then stop and camp for the night, you'll
Okay.
see it in the. There's not really an inn on your way here. Terran's kind of like the first actual like proper stop before Cisalon on this road. But the roads are, there's little outposts here and there
Mhm.
of official guards and whatnot, so it's decently pretty safe to stop. You would just step off and kind of camp. There's as you guys are kind of walking, you see there's little places here and there where it looks like kind of the soil beside the road has been disturbed, possibly from caravans choosing to set up for the night.
I just want to switch to Evader. Just a heads up.
Alrighty. Your racing business concluded. You guys heading back out walking?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
You guys start moving some more. Scenery doesn't really change much. You guys are just kind of watching. You'd see some ships start coming by on the coast, presumably heading towards Cisalon's docks. You pass a few more people on the road. No one's particularly giving you much heed. They're maybe a little interested because you guys are a bit of a funny-looking party, but they're not like, "Oh, wow, hi guys." Most people aren't really paying you any business. People have more important things on their minds. You guys are pretty easily able to travel through the day, pretty uneventfully. And then as the sun starts to set, you guys choosing to kind of step off, set up camp, or walk through the night, or what?
We're not walking through the night.
No way in hell.
No, we
I
are
think,
not going to deal with
after 12
exhaustion.
hours, I think we're supposed to get exhaustion, yeah.
Oh, you guys are keeping a pretty luxurious pace.
Yeah.
It's not hard walking.
While we're setting up camp, I want to talk to everyone and just say it's a good thing all of us seem to be quite quick. If we need to, some of you might have an opportunity to make some money if you stick with me. He's just a cocky. He's a cocky little shit. If you couldn't tell.
I don't know what you mean by that. Could you clarify? Are you talking like illegal things that are more murder, or are you talking more racing like horses.
Illegal horse gambling,
Yeah.
but we enter Pepper as the horse.
Yeah.
Um,
We stick a blanket around them and be like, "This is the headless horse."
um,
The
something tells me there's probably a betting process to keep centaurs out.
Yeah.
But
But if it's a jockey race,
yeah.
you know.
What if it's
a
specifically a centaur race?
He can't really be his own jockey though.
I mean, they get a person and a horse.
Put a
So
fake horse head on top.
technically, the centaur has less.
Well-
See, here's the plan. We put a horse blanket on him.
Mhm.
Then we put one of those like plastic horse masks on him, and then we press paste on it.
It's
entire
a
upper
giraffe
body.
horse.
It's like those dog costumes where they have like the person on the back and
Yeah.
look like they're riding them, but it's just a full
Yeah. All right.
He does already have a horse blanket, so
I was gonna look
Then
at Dr. Professor and be like, depends on the contract.
well, I would rather stay a professor.
Will it bring me new sights?
That it will.
Then maybe. Depends how long this takes.
Normally not too long. I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right, so y'all are pretty easily able to set up your camp for the night. You kind of just pick a stop,
Are there
kind
trees?
of a secluded little spot. There's some trees. It's more of a coastal environment.
I want to see the moon when I sleep.
You can see the moon. It's a
wanna-
beautiful moon. The
Moon
sun's
cast
kind
spider climb. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, that took me a minute.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty easily able to set up camp. Kind of set up your tents and your bedrolls however you like. You're able to vibe and get along rested. Who's taking watches?
I'll
I
take
was
first.
going to take at least one watch, and I'd like to cast my alarm spell as a ritual while I do
Oh.
that.
How would you like to do that?
Sort of just a perimeter around the camp, just a psychic ding in case anything dangerous comes through.
All right.
Not audible.
As a note, how do you do watches personally as a DM? Do you have like, a certain amount? Do you do?
It's just for a long rest. There's 2 or 3 watches depending on what people want to do. And you just pick it and then we do a perception check if you
Yeah.
notice anything.
I believe
Some DMs do
normal.
different things. So I'm like, I should probably
Yeah.
ask that one.
Normally, what I've seen, it's 2 hours downtime for everyone, and then there are 3 watches, 2 hours each.
Yeah.
Smokes also has his
That would be
trance, so
Trance
he-
is meditating though, so your eyes are still closed.
yeah. Well, I'm meditating, but that's for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So I've got
Oh,
4.
you're an elf.
Mhm.
I miss those days.
I mean,
I've still never
Said
played
he
an
was-
elf. I need to.
I
He's
played
So-
a drow.
one
a
elf,
drow.
and he's a
I also
bastard.
played a drow. So
Yes, Catherine.
Smokes, you take the first watch. Would you like to roll me a perception check to see what you see in the night?
Ooh.
Yep. I
You
can
do be
that.
in your element now, so you can take your goggles out and you're kind of like, finally.
I will take second watch then.
My
right.
power unleashed.
I can take last.
All right.
Well, no, I'm trying to read, is that a 5 or a 6? That's a 5.
My guy's a survivor.
I don't survive,
Mhm.
but I've survived.
Oh, I think I can roll it on here, can I?
Oh, on roll 20? Yeah, you can.
Okay, gotta figure out how.
Oh,
I heard like a loop.
Did it roll something?
Yeah, you got a
Is-
it
3.
rolled twice.
You got a
I heard
3.
Oh, sorry, I clicked it and didn't see anything, so I clicked it again.
You got a 3.
All right, so you got a
What was
3.
the first one? I can't see anything that rolled.
You got a
A
3.
3.
3?
You have to scroll down in the chat.
In the chat.
Look
Oh,
at chat,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
Oh,
chat.
I see. So yeah,
And
that's an 8.
rollers.
All right.
It's
You don't see
fine.
anything during your watch.
Everything's fine.
Your alarm does not go off.
Nice.
You kind of get distracted by like, oh, that's such a pretty moon. Thinking about your wife. She likes the moon.
Bet she do.
Other than that, your watch class is pretty uneventful. And as you retire to your bedroll or tent or whatever you're using to have some trancing. Jane, go.
Yeah.
You step up. It is your turn to watch.
That
Anything in
is-
particular?
Oh, sorry.
Anything particular want to do for your watch? Or are you just gonna pop down and watch?
I would like to. You said that there are trees nearby.
There's some. They're not particularly tall trees. They're more shrubs than anything else. You guys are pretty close to the beach, so
It's gonna be so beautiful.
you're not quite at the forest yet.
Okay. Mason, I hope you set it so we don't affect the alarm.
Nah, only it won't. You guys won't trip it, but
Okay.
like monsters and stuff will.
I didn't want to sleep against the tree, so the horse half is fine. The human half needs something to lean on.
Yeah. you have a couple giants in the party you can lean on.
Right.
If you
They're
want,
gonna
you can
stand.
still do it. I will go more towards the trees.
All right, you are closer to the trees. You're probably a 10 feet or so away from like the main part of the camp.
Okay. And that's where I will be doing it. I'm just gonna.
All right, you want to roll me perception?
I hope you do better than I do. Maybe you'll get to see something interesting.
26. I have +7.
Jesus.
Damn.
There is
You're a rogue.
some rustling in the night
Am I a rogue?
from
You're
some of the
very-
bushes.
I mean, I know.
Am I a rogue? Am I a
I don't know how
bard? What
like a
am
rogue
I?
can get that fast.
You're a homebrew class. Get off your own.
I know,
Oh,
and I've
yeah, I
told
remember.
everybody it, but
I
they
know
keep
what you
forgetting.
are, so, like-
They forgot, so I'm like, I'm gonna keep going.
You are you're on watch. You've been on watch for about half an hour now. You hear some rustling in the bushes nearby.
Mhm. Well, I will go investigate, and I will try to be stealthy.
All right, roll me stealth.
Oh.
18.
All right, you kind of slink down. You kind of start. You're pretty small, so it's pretty easy for you to move quietly. You're making your way over towards this bush. The rustling sound intensifies a little bit. And you kind of creepily sneak your head in, kind of take a look. And a raccoon stares out at you like, huh! And then you look at the raccoon, and the raccoon looks at you, and you look at the raccoon again. The raccoon looks back to you, and it just kind of turns and scurries off in the other direction.
That's fine. I have to say, practice expert is kind of an OP feat. Just like in general.
I don't even.
At least it's not the boon that makes you proficient in all skills.
No,
That's just fun.
At least
that's
it's
all.
not lucky.
at least it's not lucky.
Man,
Yeah,
I wanted lucky. Also, lucky is not that strong either.
it's not, but people seem to not like it. So
One of my players uses nothing but lucky, and every single time, like halfway through the session, she starts screaming because she already used all the luckies, and now it's combat time.
yeah, it's a mood. Yeah, no.
All right.
You know what's absolutely awful? Halfling divination wizard with lucky.
Fuck it.
God.
You know what's
That
awful?
actually made me,
Divination
like,
wizard.
Cringe. Divination wizards are cool.
Only
It's-
bad for a DM.
Yeah.
Be like that. All right. Anything else you want to do, Jingo? The rest of your watch passes pretty eventfully.
Okay.
Though you hear some chitters from the bushes of the raccoon being upset that you interrupted its din-din.
You have upset this gentle creature.
The raccoon will remember this.
Gonna get attacked by the
That's our big bad,
raccoon
guys.
later.
That's our big
Yeah.
bad.
BBG is just raccoon.
It's
All right.
the Raccoon King.
I will switch to trickster, and then
All
that'll
right.
be it.
So your watch passes, nice and eventfully. And you go wake up Naomi for his shift.
Mhm.
Naomi, anything in particular you're doing to set up for your watch?
Naomi sits over, looks for where the sunset's going to come up, and sits down and looks in that direction as he's listening. Kind of looks down at his hand, does a deep sigh, and grabs his shoulder and casts guidance on himself.
All right.
Hey.
So you kind of plop yourself down. Would you like to roll me perception?
You guided
Natural
yourself.
20, so
Oh!
Ooh.
29? 29.
Hey!
How does
Hey!
29 work?
No, it doesn't.
So
They snuck around it.
you're sitting there on watch. There's a lot of raccoons out here for some reason.
It's just the same one, but it's like out for vengeance.
It's the same
They don't
one, but
seem to be
it's
coming
fast.
near your camp. They're just kind of curious, and they kind of get a little close to you, sniff you, and then run away. But eventually, nothing else particularly happens, and you see the sun start to rise in the east.
This is the
It's a
best
very
time
pretty
of day.
sunrise. You know, the air is blowing in from the sea. It's got this nice salty tang to it. And then the
Okay.
sun rises, and it's glinting off the water. It's just gorgeous.
I've got a blanket around me. It's nice and cozy.
It's quite nice.
Isparia, the land where the sun rises.
It does rise.
Should
Thankfully,
be like that sometime.
It rises everywhere. So.
it does.
Oh yes.
All right. Morning dawns. You all complete a long rest.
Cool. I can get back my spell slot I didn't use because I used a ritual.
Yeah.
Ritual casting is fun.
Smokes
you guys
is
are
gonna
pretty
pop-
easily.
pop-
Oh, what was that, Mason?
Smokes is gonna pop on his goggles. Then after a minute or two, he's gonna go and set up. Get ready to put his camp back together.
Yep, you guys are pretty easily able to pack your camp up, get everything all put together, and
Oh.
head back out on the road.
So
When,
is Smokes a drow?
Yeah.
Okay. Explain to
When,
guys. Got it. Sorry, go on.
When Volaf wakes up, he takes off he was using his cape as a blanket, and he just takes it off and ties it back up into a cape.
Dapper.
I
Yeah.
will always be warm.
Yeah.
I think Goliaths are resistant to cold.
They
aren't
are.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
That's why I got my shirt off. It's too hot.
But like, yeah. But Mason, if you
Yeah,
think
even though
about it,
it's winter, it doesn't quite snow here because you guys are so close to the coast.
even in the summer, do you go to bed without a blanket?
Yeah.
What?
What? Oh, I go to bed
No.
without a blanket in the winter.
Wait, is this in character or you're asking?
No. I'm asking Mason. Like, even in the summer
Oh.
when it's really hot out, do you go to bed without a blanket?
My room has wicked temperature swings, so I sometimes just don't even have a blanket on my bed.
I don't even have a comforter. I have literally just one thin ass blanket that I use.
I have no less than 9 blankets on my bed.
Yeah, you have a lot.
Most of them I've made myself.
But I've
Yeah.
also got pillows.
I
so
do
that
have a
helps.
crocheted one.
3
Oh.
thin blankets, 5 bigger blankets, 1 blanket that I use on top of all of them, and then I sleep in a sleeping bag. And I have a lofted bed, and underneath my lofted bed is my lizard's heat lamp.
It's just nice to be cozy, though. You know?
That is
I'm
Yeah.
cozy as
always
heck.
warm.
Yeah.
I really want to get a weighted blanket because all of my blankets right now probably equal a weighted blanket. But if I put a weighted blanket on top of it, maximum cozy. You feel me? Like
Maximum
it'd be so
weight.
nice. I might suffocate in my sleep, but worth it.
You have 100 pounds on top of you. Just
Good way to go.
yeah. Who needs a girlfriend
At least
when
you'll
you
be
have 100
bulletproof.
pounds of blanket?
I just hire Belle to lay on top of me.
Yeah.
All right, you guys get up. The sun is shining. It's very beautiful out. The birds start chirping. You guys are able to get back on the road.
We didn't do that.
All
We have
right.
no food. I guess I'm eating
Smokes
Yeah.
makes
Can we
that
go
small.
Oh, yeah,
foraging?
I don't really bother with. I'm presuming you guys know how to feed your.
Yeah.
get
Like
food.
we have rations. We can
Um,
forage if we need to.
Yeah, I think the only time I'm going to be particularly concerned about rations and like actual supplies would be a moment where you guys have been out for a long time away from any sort of civilization or whatnot.
Or if we're on
So
a ship.
right now,
Yeah.
as you guys are just kind of moving between cities, it's not a big deal.
And
I'm
I mean,
just
if
used
need
to
be,
Kaya.
Oh.
No, this isn't Baldur's Gate.
if need be, Pepper can literally just kneel down and start ripping the grass out.
Yeah.
Yum yum.
It's
He's
got
got
nutrients.
And
If you really need to,
I'm a
hunting wouldn't be
goblin.
that.
I'll eat the fucking raccoon.
You'll just catch and just eat it right there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I thought about it last night. I was like,
Uh,
kind of want to
Don't
catch it.
eat Django after midnight.
All
Yeah.
right, so you guys get back on the road.
On the road again.
You're traveling. It's about 8 a.m. when you guys finally set out. The roads are pretty quiet right now since it's so early in the morning. And eventually, after an hour or two of walking, you see some smoke in the distance. The closer you get, you realize you have approached a little town. The road runs right through it, and you guys approach. You can pretty safely assume, of course, that this is Terran. It's a decently small little town. It's not really one of the major cities. It's probably, I don't know, a couple hundred people max. The town's not terribly busy as you guys head into it. It's early in the morning. A lot of the people here are fishermen. They're kind of heading down to the shores or the beach to kind of get their boats going, get ready to go do their fishing for the day. So you guys kind of head in. Yeah, you guys are here somewhere. There we go. You guys are able to hit in town. It's a very quaint little town, aspiring architecture. It's a little different here than it would be in the city. Obviously, the city is very bright and modern and fancy, lots of bright colors. Terran is smaller homesteads and little cottages, but they're all painted very colorfully. You would notice as you're walking in, there's a lot of reds and blues and yellows and greens, and it makes the town just look very exciting. You guys head in. The road that you're on kind of leads right into the center of town and passes right through it. You guys are heading past. You guys are just kind of standing. Moving further in, you guys kind of come to a stop in what appears to be kind of the town center. There's a big fountain. There's like some not really farmer market type stalls. People aren't really selling produce right now, seeing how it's winter. But people are kind of just peddling some general wares. Ahead of you appears to be a larger building, potentially some sort of town hall, and then kind of just all around you are some miscellaneous small shops and businesses. People are kind of bustling about here and there, though it's much quieter than Cecilot was.
I'm gonna play the sham as we enter town, just brighten people's
All right.
day.
You kind of pop yourself up by the fountain that kind of sits in the center. Pop out your sham.
Not even trying to
give me a
get money.
performance.
Okay.
Was this Troll Town?
15
that
plus
Yes.
what do I have? 1.
I'll
16.
be looking for people as this happens, as they come up.
Yeah, Smokes is gonna ask around about the troll, probably. Or
I
troll.
will walk
Alright.
with you then.
I'm gonna
So-
join you staring.
First on
I'm just
the
gonna yell out, "Where's the troll?"
Where is the blacksmith?
as Django starts to do his busking, people are appreciatively at not really offering you any money. You get
I'm not
maybe-
even going for money. I'm just going
Yeah.
to like.
No one's
liven
really
their
offering
days.
anything. People here, they're not poor. This is on a major road, so it's not a poor city, but
Mhm.
people don't really have a lot of money to spare out here.
That's
For
fine.
the troll searching gang, Boleth, you just kind of tip your head back and you shout, "Where's the troll?" People kind of look at you like they have a little bit of tiredness in their faces. They kind of just look at you like, "Bruh, it's like
It's
10 in the morning."
It's
Can
too
I make
early
an
for this
insight
shit.
check on the area around me to see if anybody has any more information than anybody else would have?
You can vibe check,
If
yeah.
anyone looks
Vibe
important.
check.
Vibe check.
Yeah.
Kind of get a general vibe on people.
Did
Nope, that's
Smokes
okay.
find anyone who knew about the trolls?
24.
Okay. So you're kind of just looking around. A lot of these people seem to be just commoners. They're kind of staring at you guys now that Bolath has like shouted.
I figured if I had the opportunity, I'd look.
They don't seem particularly keen on meeting your gaze. As you're kind of looking a little closer, really just kind of reading the area. You notice there does seem to be. You're kind of looking at some of the buildings, and there seems to be a little bit of structural damage to some of the places. Not like something's been torn piece from piece, but like, strange scuffs and scratches on buildings, cracks on windows. Not really what you'd be expecting to be seeing for a town center. You think they'd, take better care of things. But in terms of people, as you kind of are looking around, there seems to be a person kind of closer up towards the town hall, kind of moving his way over to there. He kind of stops and looks back at you. Not quite moving towards you, but he's just kind of stopping and standing, a little curious. A, because the Goliath was just shouting, and B, that,
People.
yeah.
I will look back to Smokes and be like, friend, we seem to have somebody who understands something over here.
Guess we'll talk to them then. I guess Smokes will find this individual that was it Naomi? Naomi
Oh, me,
mentioned.
yes.
The guy
No.
kind of,
Not my.
he sees you guys approaching him, and he kind of stops at the foot of the steps leading up to the town hall. And he's like, he's a portly, human man. He's got a little briefcase in his hands. He's dressed simply but nicely. Business casually, but like make it fantasy. He kind of lowers his voice as you guys approach. He's like, "You guys hear about the troll?"
Yes, we were sent to come handle it for you.
Oh, did they send you from the capital?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh well, it's about time they finally fucking listened to us. Why don't y'all come inside and talk to the mayor? I'm sure they'd want to have a word with you.
Good deal. Naomi, do you want to get the others, or do you just want us to handle
Oh, I'll go get the rest of them. I'll meet you inside.
it? Very well.
And I'll head back to the
Smokes. Smokes, you are led inside. The town hall is a simple place. Not particularly very fancy or anything. The gentleman kind of leads you inside, and he's like, well, I guess we'll wait here for a
Hey,
moment
Dane,
for
can you
your...
close my door? Okay.
party.
So I'm in. Sorry, I covered my mic, but it wasn't enough.
No.
Sorry.
In fact, I heard you clearer, more clear. Like,
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
loud,
Weird,
it was
because my hand
louder.
was over and it was away from my head.
Amplified.
You are
that's why I
led
have a
into
mute
kind of
button.
just
Makes it easier.
the center area of the I guess kind of not really your waiting room, but just kind of the main lobby of the hall.
Catch
You're kind of hanging out, waiting for the others to show up. Naomi, you go back into town square. Django is still busking. Bella's just kind of staring. Volath is recovering from shouting, I suppose.
Catching his breath.
Took a lot out of me.
Much as I enjoy having a good time, we have a job to do, and we may as well get it done real quick since we have the escort. Kitty.
Oh, such a cute.
Mo.
Oh my god!
No.
Oh, give her a kiss, Ethan.
I will. Oh,
Oh, Cat is zonked
you're a good
out.
girl.
God, I
Oh,
love Cat.
God, I wish I took a video of that yawn.
Begins with
So
ketamine.
cute, kitty.
Okay, back on track.
Mhm.
Are you guys going with Naomi?
Right.
Liam was ready to go
Sure.
walking back to the town hall, so he
Alright,
said his piece
Hawthorne?
and kept going.
You going with Hawthorne?
Yep.
Alright, you guys kind of boogie your way back on into the main hall. Or into the town hall. Smokes is waiting for you, as is the gentleman they went and spoke to. Kind of, as you guys kind of gather, he kind of looks at you all and he says, "Well, y'all certainly look like the type we've been looking for. Let me go. Y'all wait here for a
Adventurers.
second. I'm gonna go speak to the mayor, see if they're open to a little meeting real quick." He kind of darts off with his briefcase up a flight of stairs and kind of down a hallway. You know, government buildings are always kind of confusing.
Any
You guys
no
are kind of just
smoke
waiting
signs?
there, twiddling your thumbs for a little bit. The little area lobby you're in is pretty quiet. There's some chairs. There's a secretary at her desk. Not really typing because computers don't exist, but she's writing some things. Working on some stuff. She kind of looks at you over her glasses, but then looks back down. She's got far more important things to deal with.
When she looks up, Naomi gives a little wave. With
She
a
kind of
smile.
just
Hey, pumpkin.
She kind of just gives you like a little curt like nod of her head and then goes back to her work. You guys are kind of waiting for a second. It's just the awkward like waiting in a building for a meeting. You don't really know what you're doing.
Are
Naomi
there
just
any
looks kind of
paintings?
awkward.
There's some paintings. Most of them are of the local landscape and the water, the beaches. They're very nicely done. A lot of them seem to be done by the same painter, perhaps a local one.
Pablo Diego says
Volath's
much
gonna
to
try to
that.
whistle, but he can't really whistle that well, so it doesn't sound that good.
Would you like to do performance for how good your whistling is?
Alright, let's see. What's my modifier? What's my bonus here? Okay.
For the recording, and for Smarty's
Performance.
sake, probably don't whistle like actually.
Yeah.
No, I won't. I won't.
Yeah, I was
Now
saying that
just
for
wanna whistle
Mason.
more.
That'll be
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, I just remembered.
You do your whistling. It's not really the best of whistling. The secretary kind of looks at you, and her eyes are very much saying, "Stop that right now."
Judgment.
Do you look her in the eyes? That was the question. Or do you feel the
I'm gonna
judgment?
look at her and kind of put my mouth shut and go like, "Ugh."
It just like trails off like, oh.
Cast Spare the Dying on him.
Then he whistles well.
All right. You guys kind of waiting, whistling, annoying the secretary. And the man comes back down the stairs. He says, if you guys want to come join me, I'll take you up to the mayor. They'll see you.
Fucking stairs, god damn it. I have to be last because it's got half my movement. Let's go.
These are not particularly wide stairs. So you're having a good time.
We
The
need,
rest of you get up the stairs, nice and easy.
we need to like Percy
Pepper-
Jackson Kyron this. We need to get you just a wheelchair that you like magically fit into.
I don't think the wheelchair is going to help get upstairs any easier.
No, but it'll help us carry.
The ironic thing is, I almost went Centaur for this campaign, and I went, nah, I don't want to deal with this because stairs.
I was
God
gonna be a
damn it,
Minotaur,
how
so I get it. Yeah, tries to go downstairs like you're in
guys-
high fucking heels.
It takes Pepper a little longer than the rest of you. But you all get upstairs. You follow the gentleman down some hallways to it's an office door. It says Canon Elin Mayor on it. He opens it and ushers you all in. The taller of your party, as in those of you that are over 6 foot, kind of have to duck your heads a little bit to get in.
Oh damn, too bad.
Yeah,
I
you don't
limbo.
really have to duck your head.
I limbo as I go in, but I
Okay.
limbo under somebody who's ducking's legs.
You could potentially probably limbo under.
I'll do that.
Smokes doesn't have to duck.
7-Eleven.
I'm 6'2", so I got a duck.
Yes.
You know what's funny? Apparently Pepper's actually short for a centaur, so
It happens.
we love to see it.
Mhm.
So you guys enter. It's a small, mostly unfurnished office. Pretty nondescript. Sitting at a desk in the center though is a dwarven figure. They have a very nice, elegant beard and long hair. And they've got a whole bunch of papers strewn out in front of them. Lord knows what they're working on, but you know, being a mayor, I'm sure isn't very. It's probably a very paper. Mayor kind of looks up as you guys enter, and you can feel their eyes scanning each of you. They have a very keen gaze. They're an elderly figure for a dwarf, a little portly. Their desk is a little short because they're a dwarf. But they're just kind of looking at each of you, and after a moment, after they seem to have scanned you for whatever they were searching for, they kind of give a good astute nod, and they're like, "Good. You seem to be a very capable lot."
Where's the troll?
Yes.
Right to the
Oh,
point.
wow. Glad to see y'all are eager to get going. There's a river up towards the north part of town. We think it's coming from a cave up near there. The one person I sent to go check it out didn't come back. So,
Anything else you should tell us?
well, you kind of look. The gentleman kind of looks at them, and then the mayor looks back at him. And then the mayor says, "Well, I don't quite believe what people are saying, but some people think there's 2 of them.
Hey, that's
I'm
what I
not
was-
quite sure.
yeah.
I've only ever seen one. Howard here has only ever seen one, but I don't know. Maybe be on the watch out for 2 of them. I don't know. I'm not exactly a troll hunter myself. More of a politician, but I don't know. What the fuck do people do to take care of trolls out here? I don't know.
Who did you send?
Oh, just one of the local guardsmen. Didn't come back. I don't quite remember his name, to be honest with you.
Probably dead.
Yeah, well, seeing how I told his mother yesterday. Yeah, it'd be a little inconvenient if he lived.
If he does live, we'll try to get him back at least.
All right.
I appreciate that.
He might get. He might not get elected again if they figure out that he left a guard to.
Well, you guys go take care of it. Come back, bring me a tusk or something, and I'll give you guys what reward I can. I think the bounty was, what was it, Howard? And Howard offers 500 gold, Mayor.
That sounds pretty good.
So
Out of character,
You guys-
can we bring troll testicles?
you could.
Cool.
Mayor might not appreciate it though.
Well,
There's two of
They
them.
do
We can
make
get
a
the boar
good soup.
he said or something.
What the f-
This is assuming they are male trolls.
It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
different
Damn.
campaign. Yeah.
Me getting to
And
pass the
trolls
Bechdel
are like
test by having
hyenas.
female trolls.
Yeah. How are we gonna do it?
Monsters.
Be like
Hmm.
that. No, I
there's
just
no
make up for it by
gender
having a
change
bunch of
spell.
female monsters, I suppose, now.
Yeah.
We should make a gender change spell then.
Guys,
That's
Cough, cough! Ethan!
I didn't do anything. What?
Now, is this
resurrect-
like spell of? Is it like spell of transgender or like what?
I
It
mean,
was
I
a
don't wanna
spell of,
name
hey,
it.
guess what, Scarlet? You have tits now.
That's paraphrasing.
Yeah.
When, oh my god. I gotta watch that recording back. It is hilarious when you're like shocked and then you're like, what? And then you just start screaming at me after I leave.
Yeah, oh god, yeah.
You're like, get back here, you
Better
bitch.
than when you think me that the class change. Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Get back here, you bitch.
Yeah.
Get back
All
here,
right.
you bitch.
Well, the mayor has provided you with information. They can.
Okay.
There's a river kind of leading up to the north, and there's a little cave nearby it. You can probably follow evidence of trolls.
Do I know of any like troll weaknesses? Like
Um,
sensitive to
roll
light?
me,
Do they... Okay.
roll me survival.
Here we go. Do I have anything in survival? I don't. Shit. That's +1. 8.
Ooh.
They're trolls. They can be killed with weapons.
They do
I
be
have,
big.
Proficiency in survival.
I was an adventurer for 5 years. Can I make a survival check?
You may.
I'm a hunter of human
Oh, uh-huh.
and the like.
Well, that's a natural one, so that's just gonna be a no. What?
We're
Pepper,
all
you're kind of standing
troll
there.
dumb.
You're thinking about it. And you're like,
This
Troll.
troll will be made of troll.
troll,
He's thinking of the word troll in 10 different languages.
troll.
Yeah, he's like really trying to think like, what is a
What's
troll?
What's the Sylvan word for a troll?
It's
And
probably
then you
something
start
like
thinking about papers you need to grade that you did not grade before you came here.
Oh, I didn't
Um,
grade them, and I left them specifically for Professor Skaroth, and now it's like, oh, I probably should have told him about how I gave them an extended deadline.
Just baby. Anyone else trying to determine some troll facts?
Can
anything.
Sure.
I think
I'll make
Smoke's
a-
already tried that earlier, but can you try again?
You may.
Nice.
I will also make a roll with my +0 survival.
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good. 15.
All right. You maybe never particularly fought a troll, but you've been around. You've certainly heard of them. You would know trolls do happen to be capable of regenerating their health when they are injured. But there are certain kinds of damage that can prevent them from doing this, and you think vaguely fire is on that list.
Okay. Good.
Very ponderous.
Mason,
I got that 21.
you know the same thing that I told Sam. You also know that acid can do the same thing, and that they are very good at smelling things.
He kind of thinks about the pepper he just bought.
Got that rat poison.
The poison was not
Kind of just thinks to himself, dang, if I'd known that, I would have gotten some acid. Or some.
Be like that.
Maybe he's carrying oil.
You still can, man.
I think I might
I
actually.
mean, you're
have
in
that.
town.
Just a hippie walks out with some LSD.
You just get the
You
the
wanted
troll
acid? Yeah.
wrecked.
That's how you get by, man.
Yeah.
herbal.
Peace
get
and
on the
love.
board.
Smokes, I guess, will ask, do you know where we can get some oil?
Would smoke
Um,
smoke acid?
The mayor kind of looks to Howard
Not
and
ingest,
says, "Howard."
smoke.
They say, "Howard, could you handle them now? I have some things to take care of." Which is their way of saying, "Get the fuck out of my office."
Let's go. Let's fight this troll.
So
Or
Howard escorts you out of the mayor's office, and kind of returns you guys back down to the lobby. And he says, "If you're asking about oil, the general store." And he kind of gestures vaguely in the direction where he think it would be. You can probably find whatever you need there. Though I can't guarantee the prices will be friendly.
Oh,
I can make them friendly.
Can any of you cast fire?
I
What?
can cast fire.
Smokes asking like to the party.
Oh, what'd you ask?
Smokes asked if anybody can cast fire.
I have a
I can.
tinderbox.
Mood.
I can blow wind.
That's close enough.
Catherine,
Yes.
if I dipped the head of the Morning Star in oil and then set it ablaze, would that work for like a minute? Do I think?
For a little bit of time, but like also, it'd be more of probably a puff of fire, and then it would burn out since there's nothing really for it to
Damn.
cling to and burn.
Yeah.
Maybe if you
Or like a
wrapped your
rag.
mate like off.
Yeah.
If you wrap the edge in cloth and then lit it aflame, you'd probably get more, but then you would lose the ability to actually deal that much damage
Yeah.
because it's covered in
Just
cloth.
use your
So
torch.
Yeah. All right.
There is something I have done once, but it is in a reaction to being hit.
I could
It seemed to
punch you.
things.
How about acid? You got acid?
We could punch the nice one.
Those days are behind me.
God damn.
Catherine, does acid as in the drug exist in this setting?
Spice?
It's LSF.
there is not quite acid. There are quite a few known drugs. I would say the closest not quite acid. There is a drug called Belam that is closer to like an
I love that
opioid.
Magic mushrooms. Like
Yeah, there are definitely shrooms. Like you can find shrooms.
when you said Balam, I'm like Portobello.
Belmora
Belam
Blue.
is it's more of an opioid that you inject. It's
You
probably the
inject?
most it's the
Okay.
most popular drug.
Oh, okay.
Drugs.
But honestly, yeah, if y'all head out into the woods, you can probably find some mushrooms and take them. I just can't guarantee they'll be good effects.
We're just gonna
Worth
have
it.
that.
In terms of psychedelics and wild stuff, not really. We're not quite to that phase of chemistry. Maybe a couple alchemists have got some really weird shit, but for the most part, they're not really.
I mean, there's natural
dabbling in
stuff
that.
like natural drugs, but
Character
I
idea.
don't think it'd work
Alchemist
too well.
creating wacky drugs.
Yeah, you're not really finding any particular.
Mason, what do you think
especially
my
in
entire
Aspire,
campaign is?
There's not really any sap that's gonna get you blazed off your mind or leaves or
Sleeping tree
something.
sap.
You lick a frog, and it's just like, oh my god, I can see
Marijuana has not been discovered yet, so
Licking frogs.
it. I can smell colors.
Yet. Here we go.
And I can
That's
see
our campaign.
all.
We gotta find it.
What about? It seems like tobacco at least exists.
yeah, there's tobacco,
Tobacco.
fantasy tobacco.
Do they have jewel pods?
I love it.
They do not have jewel pods yet.
That is
Vaping has
a
not yet been
yeah.
invented.
A jewel pod
I'm
is literally
sure-
just a magic water pipe.
I'm sure the Asparians are hard at work. Same thing with bongs.
Which country has the highest concentration of hippies?
On that note, I'm going to start heading out.
I'm gonna follow.
Hippies would be the Pavian Isles, as they're kind of the fun, peace-loving people.
You don't see anything,
anyway.
you just hear the door shut. Because like you're looking for a normal-sized person.
Yeah, I have to get
I
used
guess
to looking
we'll head
down to
out.
find Jane. You guys head on out. You're back in the town square. If you vaguely look in the direction that Howard was gesturing to, you can see the something that looks like a general store.
I think we can kill it without oil.
Well,
Me too. We take it easy.
hit it hard, hit it fast. Let's
I say
go.
we
Yeah.
just go to the cave.
All right. We're gonna take 5 minutes real quick so I can go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yay! Congratulations!
I've been to the bathroom like 4 times, just wait like in between things.
good.
I should take advantage of the
good,
intermission as well.
I hope this recording doesn't fuck up, because I recorded for an hour earlier today, and it was fine.
Didn't you only get like 25 minutes total in the Curse of Strahd?
Not even 20, I don't think.
No, it was 25, but I got the first 16 minutes that I was there, and then I got the last 9 minutes right when I got back. That was it. Even though it was recording the whole time.
Well, yeah, if you leave it idle too long, sometimes it decides, hey, fuck you.
Every so often I would like click it, and I would like move stuff along with the map and everything. Or like zoom out. So I was like staying vigilant. All I had to do was speak a shit ton of Hebrew.
Fun, fun.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Surprise,
Mason,
Jewish.
was that you?
So that was me
Okay.
eating grape.
Eating grapes?
Uh-huh.
Okay. It was just like the crinkling of the bag, and I'm used to Mason eating something. Does that tell you how many games I play with Mason? Almost every. Same as Spider, though.
The two of you are a bad combination.
No, Lewis and I are a bad combination.
You know what's funny is somebody made a comment about how I need to play more happy-go-lucky characters,
You're welcome.
and all of them usually get the smile beat out of them, so I will say you can't beat the smile off of Pepper, because he doesn't smile.
I'm literally forcing
make you
Scarlet to deal
smile.
with his past, and then I'm gonna force him to smile at some point.
Yeah, because I don't think he's smiled throughout the entirety of the campaign unless he's been high off his ass.
What are
You've been
people
high off your ass the entire campaign.
You know what I meant? Little sister vision.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
like,
looking forward
you
to just
started with
interacting
drugs.
everyone.
Yeah.
What are
Oh,
people,
I'm looking forward to a potential, like, the wine stuff. You're like, oh, dinner wine. And I'm like, ha, Pepper's never drank a day in his life.
What's up, Sam?
what are people playing?
In my campaign?
No, for classes.
Oh,
This camp.
I'm homebrew. Catherine let
Cleric.
me test my own out.
I'm a wizard.
Gotcha.
What are you?
A fighter wizard.
Okay, and I assume Harrison is a barbarian, yeah? He's muted.
He's probably in the bathroom.
Yeah, probably.
Hello, I'm returning.
Hello!
What's up?
Hello, Richard.
How we doing?
Hello, God.
Ethan, what's your homebrew class?
Eclectic Master, it's kind of like a mix between fighter, monk,
that one.
and... Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot I worked on you with that one.
yeah,
I forgot that was for this.
yeah,
Yeah, I should know that.
yeah. Fighter, monk, and rogue. Kind of like all mixed together, but like not as many buffs as you would think. It takes longer to do shit.
This is all playtesting. If things go weird, then,
Nerf.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're going to be overpowered. I'm a little worried about you underpowered, but I'm not sure.
I don't think
But
I'm going to be
also,
underpowered.
you're always overpowered.
Yeah, but after I worked on it, I was like, this is why it's overpowered. And then it made him nerf a lot of shit.
Even before that, though,
First
like, it
step
really
up.
wasn't
Yeah.
overpowered because you kicked my ass really easily. Like, that's why I do homebrew, though, because
But that was my monk.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cheating.
I break non-homebrew
I'm back.
things, which is why I homebrew. Also,
To
chaos.
be fair, I probably shouldn't have used Valix because Valix is broken from day one.
Yeah. That's fine.
All right, King.
Wait, Harrison, what are you
Go
playing? Goliath Barbarian?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's actually a good mix.
Yeah.
Classic.
Grog.
I-
Grog.
I had to not
Good
play a
enough.
Goliath. I'm like, it's too easy.
No, you gotta play. If you want a challenge, you gotta make combined class and races that don't mix. So something like
Like my
halfling barbarian,
Goliath Wild Magic Sorcerer? Yeah. I do that.
something like that.
It's fun.
I still have nightmares.
It's fine. Hey, do you remember Gandalf Thuit? The trickster cleric? Yeah, I know. I
Anyway,
don't
can
ask
we
what
get
the
back
name.
to
Yeah,
this?
sorry.
Hey.
All right. So you guys are in town square. The road pretty easily heads up north, presumably in the direction you need to go. You doing anything in town, or are you guys just booking it to deal with some fucking trolls?
Let's deal with the trolls.
Let's
Yep.
deal with
Yeah,
that.
book it.
All right. Y'all are you head back onto the road, same way you came. As you're kind of heading off, you see a river that kind of comes in from the east towards the mainland, kind of cuts across the road. You guys head over a bridge. You guys kind of stop and stand to kind of look around. And to the east, towards kind of the mainland further in, it gets a little hilly. You can kind of see the river curves away, and it seems to be not quite. They're not mountains. They're just very rocky looking hills. Probably, I don't know, maybe a half mile away down the river.
As we get closer to the cave, I want to walk up to Volath and be like, "Do you mind if I climb up on your shoulders? It may be easier."
Go ahead.
Thank you.
By all means.
Just gonna scurry up there.
Piggyback, right?
Yeah,
Piggyback.
yeah.
As we get close to the cave, I'm going to use a bonus action to summon my echo.
Ooh,
You're an
there's
Echo
a
Knight.
there's a purple Maya next to you now. He looks a lot
Yeah.
like you, but purple.
Well, that's interesting.
Essentially, smoke starts billowing off me and then forms a shadow of myself. It's like a carbon copy of me, except darker colored and such.
Very
Whoa.
fancy.
Is this a Purple Dragon
Look at
Knight?
this man's.
Is this a UA or is this Purple Dragon Knight?
This is Echo Knight.
Echo Knight. Is that new?
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
should look into it.
It's a thing from the Wild Mount book, so it's pretty new.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It kind of
Um,
reminds me of Astral Self Monk, but fighter.
And remind me, it just acts on your initiative, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Technically-
under your control.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you summon that. You're having it follow along with you. You guys kind of start approaching in the river. Kind of. There's not really a path. You guys are just following the natural curve of the river. You kind of approach these kind of rocky hills, and you're kind of moving on through them. The river kind of cuts through in a little bit of a canyon vibe. As you're heading further in, you see a path that kind of splits away from the river. And it kind of, there's some shrubs leading down. It seems to be an actual proper path. And you see down the way, it appears to lead towards something like a little cave way down the ways.
Yes.
I'll
we'll
take
go
out
down
the
there
Morning
then.
Star.
Well, let's go in.
All right, everyone got their stuff prepared. Are there any particular actions anyone wants to take?
Going to dismiss my familiar with a snap of my fingers.
The kitty
Gotta-
cat goes away and she gives like a little like I don't know. I don't know if I can quite make the sound cats make, but it's a little brah.
A little mule.
Oh yeah,
He
that
pieces
sounds.
out.
That's a good sound.
I want
You guys
to
kinda-
change.
I'm gonna take
my fighting
the
type.
great sword.
Oh no, go on.
I was gonna say I'm gonna take the great sword off of my back and hold it in my right hand.
All right,
I've
You
got
have
my
a great
maul in
sword?
both my hands.
have your maul.
Smokes would like to pop off his goggles real quick if he's going to the cave.
Go for it.
So he does.
All right. So you guys make whatever extra preparations you need to make, and you guys start approaching the cave. And this is what you kind of come up to, courtesy of the internet that I found. Despite my best effort,
Ooh,
even using the fancy tool to try and get the grid to line up, it did not. So
It
you know what?
kind of reminds me of the one from Mines of Fendover.
It might be from that. I just stole it off the internet.
It's a little different.
So you guys find yourselves here.
Want some tokens?
Oh no, I didn't mean to jump.
We have tokens.
is there a way to
Do.
minimize
Yeah.
the
Okay.
icons on the screen?
That is a good question.
Yeah, if you go into settings, you can choose how that stuff
Yeah.
works.
Settings, game settings, chat
I bring up
avatar,
like half of my screen.
names only.
VPN.
Oh my god, it's a virtual private network.
JHS Junior High School.
I am gonna ask if you can give me a second token for my shadow, because
Oh yeah, I need to do that. Give me 1 second.
There do be
Okay.
two of them.
So this is your gang.
Just the two of us.
I'm just gonna quick drag one in. I don't know what. Oh, that's the wrong one. Actually, no, this works.
Just put two in there.
This is
God.
from my other game, but there's your shadow. Technically over by Hawthorne. So hopefully everyone can kind of identify themselves.
Like we're going boy band style.
You guys are just walking in like.
I'm
If you'll give me
going-
1
Yeah,
second.
I'm going wherever
Um,
Volath is because I'm on his shoulders.
I'll probably
Yeah.
stay up in the front with the shadow.
Can I
All right.
take a
I guess
back position and hide?
I'll stand right in the front.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm trying to assign pieces to everyone.
You're
Alright,
good.
Captain.
Never.
Controlled by.
I like my
Oh, that's one
bladed
person.
chain Morningstar. It's cool. I can move mine.
Okay, I'm just kind of going down the line.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. You guys can kind of suit yourselves as I'm kind of getting it done to figure out where you guys want to be.
Ooh, buggers.
We're having a fun time. Then there we are.
Cool.
Also give you the echo. All right. Everyone have pieces. Can you all move them?
Yep.
Yo, all right. God, this is
Yeah,
so
look
fun
at
to
it.
watch. They're all just kind of moving around.
Woo!
You guys can
Oh,
kind of put
God.
yourselves where you
Wizard
would like to be.
chess.
There's caves. I'll be.
I'm 6 parallel dimensions ahead of you guys.
Alrighty then.
So, as you guys are kind of scooching your way on forward, there's a sound from within the cave.
Oh.
Your approach has definitely been noticed. And from the cave emerge two funky, fresh looking troll fellows. Although actually no, fellows would be inappropriate to assume these trolls gender.
Would I know if trolls speak Goblin?
I mean, you may try.
I want to try and be like, "Do you understand me?" Just like screaming out to them.
I'm assuming it's a roll initiative.
Second, figuring. You shout out to the trolls, and they just kind of give you a very as a response.
They give a what? An ah?
Yeah, they just kind of yell at you.
Oh yeah, my Goblin is. Do you understand me?
Sam, the echo moves on your right.
Yes.
Okay, who am I missing? Is someone on top of someone else?
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah, he's on top.
Olaf
Ah!
and,
I am literally on top of him. Yeah.
Surprise!
Hello. There's a 7-foot giant underneath this 3-foot man.
Yeah.
All
Next
right,
10 feet
so
total.
if you guys would like to roll your initiatives and post
Oh,
them
shit.
in chat, just so I can easily add your guys' turns.
What's
dirty
so
20?
initiative? Is it
Just post them.
20,
Boom.
right?
There you go.
How do you deal with criticals, failure or otherwise?
An initiative?
Yeah.
It just is what it is. There's
Sweet.
not really.
Yeah, you're just adding.
Yeah.
Is initiative just a D20
Did you get that one for it? Yeah.
It's D20 plus deck.
plus dex? Okay.
Yes.
Minus next for me.
Oofta.
Mine is my
Makes you feel any
highest
better.
stat.
These bitches do not be getting good initiative.
Oh, baby.
Um,
That's a natural 20. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Nice.
And then add your
Okay.
dex. 21, nice.
19 plus
21.
6.
Hey.
I'm going
I
20.
had,
You have a
Olaf.
alert
Plus my
feat? What'd you
initiative
do
bonus.
to get plus 6?
War magic. I get to add my intelligence as well.
Ooh, cool.
Big brain.
I get to add
5.
I need to make another
proficiency, I
like
believe.
total caster.
Omi
I
is
have.
a 9. Do I have to rearrange these myself? Ugh.
I think they
Okay.
do they do it automatically after you're all
I don't
done?
Apparently
think
not.
so. Oh,
Oh wow,
apparently
they're
not.
real low initiative, dang, don't they?
Yeah, I rolled like shit. All right, let's just real
What
quick.
they get?
They're trolls, so
Oh,
they
shit,
kind
yeah.
of thick.
Yeah. Kind of thick in the head.
Yeah. I will not comment on how actually thick these trolls
Like,
are.
I was like,
As that would be
25,
classified
21,
as
20.
They got the
that would be
booty.
classified as
They do.
bestiality, and we don't do that.
Is it
It's
bestiality?
just,
Yes.
there's a huge
Is
difference
it?
between J and then N.
I mean, I'm a Goliath, so can't be that much different than a troll, right?
Technically
I'm a
speaking,
goblin. Trolls,
what language
orcs,
It's hard, so.
not goblins.
Harrison, what language does Olaf speak?
They're similar.
Oh,
Wait, what?
He speaks giant, doesn't he?
Yeah, I speak giant.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
can
mean,
I speak to them?
trolls do be speaking giant.
Yeah.
Ooh. Shit.
And I'm presuming, as a speaker of giant, you'd be faintly aware of what other beings speak your language. And you're well traveled.
I'm just like, they're
What are they
green.
saying?
I'm gonna try it.
Well, not well traveled, but you know what they do.
Oh, wise cave troll, what is your wisdom?
Fuck you, Tony!
kind of ambiance.
Not you. That's Spider.
I was gonna say, what?
Not you. Just I saw a thing a long time ago. It's like, hey, what's your name? Tony. Fuck you, Tony.
These things are large, so technically shouldn't they be this big?
Oh, yeah,
they would
there you
be.
go.
I mean,
Chunky.
can you make
Now they're
my
thick.
token smaller?
I don't know, can I?
I don't know. I can turn it.
No.
You can rotate him.
I can rotate.
I can just make it tiny. Maybe just keep yourself there.
Okay.
Diagonal to keep an eye
Okay.
on. All right, Lucas. You are up first. There are 2 angry trolls looking at you.
Okay, good to know. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21. So I can
Try
get
to center
right
the thing.
there with my movement.
Oh, damn. All right.
Yep,
Zip.
35 feet. And then we're going to do the shadow is going to go there, so we're flanking the troll. This is fun. Okay, so now I'm going to make 4 attacks.
Jesus.
All right. Roll me the
Yeah.
numbers for each of them. Just tell me
This will be advantage, correct, for all of them?
if you're flanking. Yeah.
Good lord.
That'll hit.
And people complain about my characters. I'm kidding.
We do. I've never actually played with Sam before.
I have.
Only under him.
Monks can also do 4 attacks, but that's the key point.
Yeah, I can do 3, but one's at
I'm in a state of
disadvantage.
total euphoria.
Yeah, this is Pepper currently with the entire party.
I mean, I could reach
So,
him from 15 feet away, so technically.
That's a 23 to hit.
All right. That one hits. Do you want to just roll to hit for roll?
Yeah. 15 to hit.
Really loud on my ambiance.
19 plus 6. I'm pretty sure that'll hit. And then 20 to hit.
All right. So 3 of them hit.
Okay, 3 of them hit.
Roll me damage. Which you're just going for the single one, right?
Yeah.
All right. Boogie. The trolls are not happy about this, but
Yep.
really do.
So the first 3 attacks are with the scimitar. The
right.
4th attack is going to be green flame blade because I'm going to action surge.
So
2
one of the
so-
scimitars.
Okay, so 8 points of damage on the first scimitar.
All right.
9 points of damage on the second scimitar.
Second scimitar one miss. So
The third scimitar.
oh,
yeah.
okay.
I looked up Echo Knight 5e. First thing came up was Critical Role's new subclass breaks the game.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Okay.
They're pretty strong. They're basically 2 fighters.
Okay. So in total, it should be doing, I think, 15 points of damage to the first troll on for the 2 out of the 3 hits, and
Alright.
then weapon damage.
It reminds me of a Borderlands 3 character where you like swap places with your clone.
Oh.
10
I think
points. Another
think,
10 points of slashing damage to the troll, and then
Alright.
it also takes 2 points of fire damage, and
Alright.
then the other troll takes 5 points of fire damage.
All right. The trolls shriek. They're quite unhappy with this. But they can't really do anything because it's not their turn in initiative. They should have rolled better. All right. Well,
Rude.
Richard,
keep
maybe
in-
you have
Alright.
a
Catherine,
goblin on your shoulders, like
Wait, hold on, Catherine. Sam?
just keep in mind they can attack the shadow if they want.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Each space is 5 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can I tell which one's like more injured?
Yeah, definitely the one that Hawthorne just fucking laid into.
Did he attack all 4 or all 3 on just the left one?
Just this one that you're.
Okay.
The-
Move him up.
We're all just.
Ooh.
All right. You get flanking, so you get advantage on your attack.
Hello!
He'll be up there too. All right.
I mean, I'm on your shoulder, so I have to.
I think I get 2 attacks.
You do.
Yeah, you get actually.
Yeah. All right. So
So you have a thing called Rage and Reckless Attack. Reckless Attack gives you advantage, but you
Yeah.
don't need it because you're flanking, which gives advantage anyway.
right.
But the
I
Rage
should
will do you
rage.
good.
Yeah, I'll rage.
You are heckin' angry now.
I'm very uncertain. So I get advantage on strength checks and saving throws, and I get +2 melee damage with a strength weapon,
Mhm.
and resistance to. I think I get since I also have what's it called?
Stone's endurance.
Not that the totem spirit. While I'm raging, I have resistance to all attacks except for psychic damage.
All right.
Gotta love bear totem.
And I don't
Okay.
think the trolls can use the psychic attack, so I should be.
You
Okay.
don't know
Probably
what
not.
the trolls can do. Except
Yeah, I shouldn't assume these trolls intelligence. Alright.
Turns out
These
they're
are pure
cheating.
casters. What are you talking about?
They're fucking.
The one on
Yes,
the right's a
sorry.
cleric. Life cleric.
They're actually mystic class.
They're actually both light domain clerics. You're all about to be hit by.
Alright, so I rolled 2d20s plus my hit
Fireball.
DC.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Natural 1.
Good thing you get the higher number.
Oh yeah, it's advantage. No wait, I don't get advantage on
It's flanking.
attack.
So,
Flanking. Okay,
yeah.
so okay. A 3 plus 7, so that's a 10.
That one misses.
All right, let me try it again. I got another 3. Luckily, I have a patch. And 5. Fucking hell!
Yeah.
That's
Welcome to the game.
12. 12.
This is how D&D went for me
God
the first
dang
time I
it,
started
a 10
playing.
and 12, I rolled 4 die.
Yeah.
You're really angry. But you're not used to fighting with a small goblin on your shoulders. So when you go to swing, you're a little off balance, and they kind of just harmlessly pass by the troll's head. The troll is not intelligent. I think this is an obvious thing all of you would know, but the troll is judging.
Aw, like calls me a loser in giant or something.
Oh.
It doesn't really speak per se, but it just kind of gives you like a look of like, bruh.
God
I'm
damn it.
about to two-hand this.
The
Right,
one word
anything else
this troll
you wanna
knows
do
is
for your turn?
bruh.
I'm gonna two-hand the Morning Star as I slash it around.
We're not too
Give him a
yet.
whap.
Are we not?
Olaf, anything else you want to do for your turn?
I don't think I can really do anything else.
Nope.
Okay. Now it is
Nah.
your turn.
I was like, wait, what?
Whap.
Okay, sorry about that. 19 plus 28 to hit, and second attack would be 19 to hit.
That hits as well.
All right.
He's got the high ground, so he can hit him.
Yeah.
It's over, Anakin.
6 plus 4 is 10. 9 plus 4 is 13. So 23 damage total. Non-magic.
23.
Nice.
All right. Troll is up spaghetti.
And they both take fire damage, so they can't regenerate anything.
Yes. All right. Anything else you want to do for your turn?
Bonus action, turn to Evader.
All right. Naomi, your turn, baby.
I'm going to move to here. I'm going to look at them. I'm going to point at one. Also using Reap. Are they both injured, by the way? Or just one
Yes.
injured?
They're both
Okay,
in.
cool. I'm going to point to one and cast Toll the Dead. And because of Reaper and they're within 5 feet of each other, they both get affected by Toll the Dead. They both need to make wisdom saves.
Wisdom saves.
Ooh.
I
All
doubt
right.
these guys are
Trolls with
wise.
that really big wisdom. We'll
Mhm.
see.
Big brain.
What is your spell save DC?
Big wrinkle.
13.
They both succeeded.
Ooh.
Hey.
Dude,
They don't
these
take
guys
any-
are these are equivalent to the philosophers of the troll. This is
These
Socrates
are
and Diogenes right
classic.
here.
You kind of do your tolling, and the bell rings. Trolls are on it.
They're trolls with real names.
I
One
realize
is
that now
ooh,
if
and
I
the
do
other
that,
was
you kind of
ah.
clap and go, "Oh, this is gonna be fun."
All right. Anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
I don't got a whole lot of bonus actions, so that's it for now.
All right. Smokes.
Yes,
It's your
that's
turn.
me.
Mario.
I guess
Troll number 1 is looking bloodied, as someone would say.
Ooh.
okay. Well, I popped off my goggles, and I don't think I'm in a shadow.
You're not.
So
You are blinded. You have disadvantage attacks.
Mhm.
Sorry about that.
5, 10, 15, 20. Can I get into the shadows over here?
You
what's
could.
my-
It would be not quite dim light, but I would say you wouldn't have your disadvantage.
Okay. So it's
Actually,
dimmed up.
no. One more second. Since you were just stepping out of the sun, you'll have disadvantage for this round. But if you stay in the shade, you won't have it next round.
Got to adjust.
Okay. At least if I attack this man's, I think do range attacks get flunks?
No, they do not.
Okay, then never mind.
Going for that one?
I will send 2 arrows towards that man's, then the last one towards this man.
You know, you don't get flanking at ranged usually.
That's okay.
Do you want to show me the 2 attack rolls for the first one?
Yes, with disadvantage. Do you want me to put it into the chat, or do you just?
You can just tell me what the total for both is.
Okay. What is my? Oh. Okay. We have Okay. We have a 21 and we have a 10.
The 21 hits, the 10 does not. Roll damage.
With my feature, with one of my features, it should do an extra 1d8 of damage, but only this time.
Damn.
All right. Fuck it up.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Look at that. That should be 18 points of piercing damage for my arrows.
All right. Troll is upsetting spaghetti.
Damn.
And
roll to hit the second one.
okay. Well, let me mark off those arrows. Okay, let's go. 19 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
Roll damage.
That high to hit is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wait, I'm confused now.
what?
You had a 10 to hit first, didn't you?
That was I got to attack 3 times the first round.
Oh.
The first one missed, the second one did not, and this third one didn't.
Okay.
So
I blanked out a little bit. I was looking at my cat.
That last arrow did
Her
8
paws are so
damage.
soft.
All right.
So the first attack was against that guy. Second attack was against this guy, or
All right.
the last one against that guy.
Done is done. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
See, that was my action and movement. Don't believe I have any bonus actions right now.
Alrighty.
So
I'm
I will
about to
say-
get fucked up by a troll.
I'll say I'm done.
All right. It is.
You might not. There were
It's
3
Findfellow's
others
turn.
besides you.
Now trolls are not the brightest of creatures.
They probably just swing at the biggest target.
I see thing in front of
So it
me.
is-
I smash.
I don't like the sound of that.
It is taking a swing at Hawthorne's shadow.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And let me see. Pull this up. All right.
Thank God I
check
didn't hear
the
like a
AC.
D4 just click, 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 click.
AC of 17, right, Sam? Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Clobbering time.
Oh God, I forgot.
Damn, they should have an AC of like 13 to balance that.
All right. All 3 of these hit.
Oh,
Okay.
Woo!
How
if
much
it's all
health
3,
does it have?
It has 1 hit point.
Okay,
Hey!
I'm sorry, your echo fizzes away. As the troll, initially it just kind of goes with one swipe with its claws, and it just kind of like passes through your echo, and then its claws kind of stop, and it kind of looks at its hand and sees some of the smoke of it kind of dissipating off of it, and it's just like, whoop! And it looks at the other troll, and the other troll kind of looks at it, and it's just a bit of confusion. Their brains are a little bit like, what?
It's only got 1 hit point because I have an unlimited amount of summons.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, isn't it
that is the
equal
end of that
to your like charisma modifier or something like that?
Nope.
What? Am I looking at the wrong thing?
Might be a different version you're looking at,
Hmm.
or it might be slightly altered by
It's not homebrew, it's
and,
Critical Role. That's why you don't play Critical Role.
I feel like
No,
I mean,
like,
UA
I'm
is
looking at
critical. Is it critical or is it UA?
But
I don't know where you're looking at.
All right, we will debate the semantics
yeah.
of this. For currently, troll number 2 is here, and it was rather upset at being hit by Hawthorne, the actual Hawthorne. So he kind of, not turns. He rotates himself, and starts out swinging at you.
Dude, looks like he's
So-
got a giant wrench.
It comes in first with its big old slashing claws. And both of those come tearing angrily into your flesh. I need to pull out some dice.
Oh,
I
here
have
we
dice
go.
ready for this.
You're not rage, you're rage.
And
Same
you
damage
take.
check.
I really need to do math better.
Hang on. How many attacks are hitting me?
2.
What are the attack rolls? Because I have stuff like shields, so that's kind of important. I've several different AC buffing things. So
First one is a. First one's a 22, and the second one is a 25.
okay.
Anything change?
Nah, I'll.
Okay.
Even,
take 17
shield,
damage.
it would still match.
You take 17 damage, slashing as these claws wrench into you. However, emboldened by its success, the troll attempts to kind of lunge forward, take a good old chunk out of you, but fails miserably and ends up kind of stumbling forward a little bit and hitting its head into the wall next to you. You could say it is stunned.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the Unleash Incarnation head, by the way, Sam. That's why.
Yeah.
I was like,
Does
what?
that get an opportunity attack from Voleth?
Not particularly, since it wasn't willingly moving away, more just kind of stumbling. All right, Pep.
Yep.
It is finally your turn.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for being so patient.
We did it.
So, are there any rocks around me?
Yeah, there's a couple pebbles and rocks on the floor.
Is there anything like a pound?
I mean, yeah, probably.
I'm gonna pick it up.
You pick it up.
I'm gonna move over here.
Gonna move over there.
Don't worry, it's all somatic, and I'm gonna cast catapult.
Called it.
Yay!
Fascinating. All right. What is that? A roll to hit?
It is not. It's a
save.
save.
Oh, it's a dex save.
Yes.
All
it is.
right.
They're
You
doing
make
it
those dex
against the
saves.
stunned one.
For which one?
For this guy. Yeah, I'm not on the right tool. There we go.
All right. Okay. Dex save.
Other tool.
I'm pretty sure that fails since that is a 5.
Yes. Haha.
Do
Sweet.
your damage.
Give me my D8. All right. 18.
All right. You send that rock fucking hurtling at it, and it just clonks off its skull with a very satisfying hollow. The troll is not pleased.
You just hear like head empty, no thoughts. Just
Honestly, it really is. We're getting kind of close to 9. Do you guys want to just finish up combat?
sure.
Or do we have
Yeah,
places to be? All
I do
right.
not have any place to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're
But
gonna head
after,
this, sounds good.
so it hit, right?
It did. Yes. You did the damage. Made a nice, satisfying clunking sound. Hawthorne, it is your turn. You have a dazed troll next to you.
Okay, good to know. I'm gonna move
Kill it.
there.
Beat his
Bonus
ass.
action to resummon my echo right there, and
Right.
then green flame blade.
All right. Fuck it up.
Fuck him up, Kenneth.
I'm gonna fuck you up, bro.
That's a 23 to hit. So yeah.
Yep.
Just misses. I love when DMs do that. It's like, just because I hate you.
8 points
Does a
of
30 hit? Nope.
8 points of slashing damage and 6 points of fire damage to the troll right in front of me, and then
Alright.
the troll behind it takes. Hang on. It's an 8 on the dice. So 10 points of fire damage to the troll behind it.
All right. Both these trolls are looking pretty damn angry.
They angy. No talk. Only rage.
They yell
Anything
in
else for
giant,
your turn?
and they
Nope.
hiss in Elvish.
All right. Voleth, you ready to redeem yourself?
All right, I'm gonna try again.
The troll in front of you is looking pretty damn.
You got this, bro.
I hear. All right,
Kermit the frogs.
still got advantageous. I still
Yes.
am
Advantage. Yes, you're flanking.
All right, come on, baby, and fuck me over. That is 15.
That does not hit.
God damn. All right. Here we go. 25.
That hits.
Hey.
Do damage.
Yay! I get to attack.
Yeah.
four turns. Okay, I get 2d6.
Mhm.
Plus 4, plus 2. Do some quick maths here.
24. Quick maths.
Be 13 points of slashing damage.
Max, how you
Nice.
doing this?
Ooh.
She did the thing.
Oh, I did that thing. How tall is this troll?
It's a large creature, so it's taller than you, probably closer to up towards 10 feet.
10 feet. Oh, okay.
Maybe a jumping hack.
I mean, it's a
Something
great
like
sword.
that. I do got my great sword. I do got some good options with this.
You got some reach.
Okay.
You
I
have a
want
goblin
to.
on your head too.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna.
Trust me.
I'm gonna.
Doing
All
the
right. I'm
Kermit
gonna.
Trust me.
Let
Okay,
the
okay.
man speak.
voice. Sorry.
All right. I want to. Ooh, I'm gonna do it stylishly. I'm going to. Do like a low sweep and take out the leg,
Ooh.
and so it falls over. And as I'm spinning around, I'm going to take my sword up over my head and bring it down right on the neck.
Ooh. There is
Yeah.
that grotesque crunching sound as sinew and bone and muscle split. And you have a decapitated troll at your feet. Congratulations. There's
Ooh.
also a lot of blood, unlike your shoes now.
Yeah.
Rid of our troll friend. Oh, farewell.
That thing is
Um,
what some might call dead.
That one.
Just gonna
It's
speak
pretty dead.
quickly in Goblin, saying like, "It's not easy being green, but now you're red." Ah!
Swear to fuck.
Anything else to do on your turn?
I'm just gonna like do like a war victory cry.
There, it echoes amongst the rocks. There's some birds fly away in shock.
And then a third troll comes out.
All right,
The
Jane.
mongrel.
I am technically
Do your
right
worst.
here, so I can reach it
You are.
still. Thank God. All right, gotta go for the 2 attacks. Shit, it rolled in the box. Why? What is this? 14 plus 9, so 23, and
It's
now 20.
all right. Both those hit.
Ooh.
Are you doing double damage or double dice?
Double damage.
First one is 9 points of damage. The second one is, wow, 1 for the nat 20. And then,
Alright.
so a total of 5 for the nat 20. Or 6, I guess.
All right. You lash out at it. It screeches angrily as your blade slices into its flesh, takes a good big old gash out of its shoulder. But it's still upright, though it does not look like it'll be that way for a long time. Naomi.
It's the most disappointing nat 20 I've ever had. Actually, it's not.
Right.
It's not, but it's one of them.
He's going to 5,
I
10,
was also
20, come up here with his
Ooh.
maul, gracefully comes up and goes, "Hello," and bashes it across the face, hopefully.
All right, roll a hit.
I had
That is 23 to hit.
That hits.
Oh.
Doing plus 2. 12 points.
All right, this thing is looking rough. Anything else you'd like to do?
I got a ping.
No.
All right,
I could,
Smokes.
but no. It's a waste of a spell slot.
do your thing, Smokes.
Okay. Smokes' thing is smoking and also arrows, but you can't really do smoking right now, so I guess he'll. Boop, boop. That was a nat 20 and then a 21.
Oh.
I think both of those are gonna hit. What's your plus to damage roll?
My plus to damage?
Yeah, like how much do you get to
It
add?
does plus 4 damage.
Okay, you kill the thing. How do you do it?
Ooh.
Okay, so I guess the first one's just a plain arrow. Then I guess the nat 20 is arrow through the face. Maybe sticks it to a wall or something.
Ooh. So you pull back your arm, let loose your second arrow fly, and it enters right into the troll's eyeball. It's a very well placed shot. You know what you're doing. You sniped a thing or two in your day. And it goes kind of just stumbling backwards. And Hawthorne, your shadow or your echo kind of hops out of the way just out of instinct. And the troll just kind of collapses flat out to the floor. And it is deceased. Blood starts oozing from all of its many different wounds.
Pepper is going to slowly raise his arms, like uncomfortably slow, pause, and then just say, "Woo!" and then drop his arms.
The enthusiasm.
Indeed.
All right. You guys have some dead trolls. And I think with Pepper's celebratory woo, we will end our session
Sounds good.
and pick
That's
up
quick.
next time.
This quick flavor, Naomi is going to go over and do like a quick prayer over top of them because death is a thing. That,
Oh, all right. You were able to prayer.
Can I get my arrows back? Have any
Yes. You may.
Well, Naomi's praying. I'm going to lift up the decapitated head and start yelling as the blood runs over me.
I'm gonna hop off.
You are doing so. It's quite a grisly sight. Blood's running all the way down your arm, and it's getting spattered on your chest, and it's a look.
Pepper is staring.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it's troll blood.
As the
Maybe it's
session
the
ends,
troll
you just see Django walking into the cave.
Anything in there?
All right, that's the end.
Go
Yeah.
around.
That is the end.
We'll deal with.
I have vented and I am done.
We will deal with cave exploration next time.
He's going to electrical.
Yeah.
This is where we will end for the evening.
Going to pursue.
Sounds good.
Real quick before people head out.
Okay.
How did it go? I was pretty. I don't know if I was quite at my game. I was very nervous about this.
You did good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it was good.
You
I
skipped.
like ranged combat.
I still had another attack, but it didn't
Oh,
matter
you
anyway.
did?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's fine. I had a bonus action which would allow another attack, but I also didn't really care.
Oh, that's y'all did the job. You killed.
Yeah, it's good that someone else killed him anyway.
Vivian got it done.
Yeah.
Folks give
This
them
is fun as hell.
arrows.
I'm just happy I got one hidden.
You did. You guys did good. If anyone has any particular concerns or just general advice, I'm still new to this, so I'm still working on figuring shit out. So
you did
yeah.
good.
Thank you.
Well, if it helps,
I
you can
need-
always look back at the recording. That's what I
True.
do.
I definitely need to work on my role playing. I am a bad role player.
like
Especially when
No.
it comes to random NPCs. A lot of my role playing is just umming.
Yeah,
but that's also just how I actually speak because I don't talk very well.
Some people
I pause a
speak
lot.
like
It comes with time.
It do be like
Yeah.
that sometimes.
Yeah.
I literally made Pepper to pause so I can work better on my English, and it's actually helping that he goes,